This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note the thoughts, opinions, jokes, and every other bad taste that the guest and the host of Hobie, aka the History of Bad Ideas, is of their own, is not associated with any companies they may work for, any firms they work with, any advertisers, or anybody else in general. Remember, it's just a joke.
Alright. It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuke, Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale is just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Jeff defends Aquaman, Blake's just not listening. What? Jason impersonates Michael Keaton.
Some people just want to watch World Bond.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Blake's
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got
Jason
one more.
just loves him some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's a history of bad.
So bad.
It's a history of bad ideas. It's a history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's a history of bad. LaCroix. It's a history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 200. I'm Jason.
Jeff?
Does that mean it's our bicentennial?
I guess it is our bicentennial episode, number 200. Blake, are you excited? Are you excited?
Yay.
Okay, good. Blake, you're back in the studio.
Holy moly!
I'm Jason. That's
Blake.
Jeff. And you are...
Blake.
Okay.
We're all back in the studio.
We're all
Yes,
back in the
but I
Been
feel
studio.
off
Blake.
for a month.
I've seen Blake. I see him. He's alive.
I know.
Blake, we got some questions for you.
Oh shit.
Are you a robot? That was asked multiple times at the expo.
That does not compute.
Okay, I'm just asking. They're asking if you're an AI.
That does not compute.
Okay, just asking.
Although I am
Nothing artificial about Blake.
worth more of a shit than Siri is. I guarantee you fucking that.
Why is that?
Well, you ever tried to use Siri?
Yeah.
Useless.
Yeah, but it tells you how to, where to bury a body. I'll get to that in a bit.
But not when you need sports talk radio stations in Philadelphia.
Well, you shouldn't be doing that anyways. You shouldn't be listening to any sports talk radio.
We're sports talk radio in Detroit, Michigan. Anytime I'm driving through a city when I'm on the road and I want to listen to sports talk radio, I go, Siri, sports talk radio stations. And she gives me like train station episodes, train station locations. I'm like, what about sports talk radio do you not understand?
Don't say the word station next time.
Yeah. Maybe I should try that.
Yeah, try it. Just sports talk radio in Detroit, Michigan, or whatever city you
I
may
bet
be
it
in.
still fails.
Oh,
Alexa,
probably.
sports talk radio, Detroit.
I am sorry. I do not understand what you are asking.
I'm trying to do our own South Park.
That is the worst Siri impression I've ever seen.
That wasn't Siri. That was Alexa.
There's Blake. You were asking where you were. We're live on the History of Bad Ideas Facebook page.
Oh, boy.
At number 200. This is exciting.
Yeah, I never thought I would live to see 200. I thought I would at least kill myself by now before doing 200 Hobie episodes.
So would our sponsors. Speaking of that, do we have a brewery this week? No brewery. No brewery this week.
Damn.
Oh. So yes, we are all back in the studio. We're back in the regular rotation now. Every week, right? Yeah, maybe.
Well, it's not regular yet. We're recording on a Monday instead of a Tuesday.
Well, it's because Halloween's tomorrow.
Stupid Halloween.
And I did enjoy the break. You know, I did debate on whether I would show up tonight or not.
I was actually surprised you were here when I got here.
I was shocked.
I'm really enjoying my time away from not listening to Jason's horrible impressions.
Hey, that was very nice.
True, though.
I don't like you, Blake. I missed you.
I
don't
did.
you miss-
I missed you guys too.
Don't you miss the creative juices flowing, though?
Well, they're juices, but I don't know if they're creative.
Did you close the vents? What juices you got? Speaking of that, you still living with your in-laws?
Yes,
How's that going?
great. I like it a lot.
Any closer on finding a permanent residence?
Well, now that the girls' soccer season, unfortunately, has come to an end.
Wah.
Is that your down this week?
Wah, wah. Yeah, they got eliminated in the first round of the Atlantic 10 tournament. So I
the
won't be
score?
going to Richmond, Virginia. 3-2.
Oh,
And actually, both the twins scored.
huh.
So, which I told.
That's a good way to end their careers.
Yes, actually, it is. They're the only two that scored, and they played the number 1 seed, LaSalle. And I told Michelle, I said, if you had triplets, we would have tied. Quadruplets, we might have won.
Wow.
So it's your wife's fault that you did not win.
That's right. It's her fault.
I like it. I like it. Blame it on her. That's good.
Yes, but you know what? Ultimately, this is like a big deal for me because I don't know what I'm going to do from here on out. Not following women's soccer.
Show up to Hobie.
You can still
I
follow
guess I could
women's
do
soccer.
that.
Just
Yeah.
follow non-daughters.
Well, yeah.
That's called creepy. That's called.
Oh,
being,
well, hold
it
on.
wasn't going to be creepy.
That's called being Kevin Spacey.
Well, oh no.
Too soon.
No, it isn't
No,
too
it's not.
soon. No, it's been around for a long time.
30 years. Come on.
My bad. My bad. Fuck you.
I don't know. There are plenty of nieces and nephews in the pipeline, that I can go watch play. But, there is an opportunity. One of the twins does have a desire to play post college in the professional leagues. Ooh. And she does have an opportunity, and there's a possibility she may be doing that and may even be overseas in Europe. Maybe France. We
Really?
don't. Yeah, exactly. We don't know. But the other twin, she is she's satisfied. She's satiated, and she's looking for the bright lights, big cities in Omaha, Nebraska,
Ooh. So for
because
a job?
that's where her boyfriend lives.
Oh, wah, wah.
He graduated last semester.
My oldest is getting ready for a career. Job? No, circus.
No, circus.
Everyone loves Christmas.
Well, starting off with guessing weight.
Let's start off guessing weight.
She has horns, ugly as sin, but hell of a great cook.
But you don't want him to be the sword swallower.
No, well, whoa.
What you chose
I
to
said
do,
we're not talking Kevin Spacey tonight. Allegedly.
Apologize, everyone, for that audio outburst. That was just those guys being real loud.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Rocky Raccoon. Oh no.
I can't fit in. I'm trying to fit in. I got a rocket raccoon,
Rocket Raccoon. Sorry.
and it
Rocky
talks.
Raccoon.
When you talk,
Went up to
unfortunately, it won't fit
the
over my head. It's
Yeah.
for a kid, unfortunately.
Only 2
But when you move your mouth, it actually goes up and down and talks.
Like the Chewbacca man.
That's cool.
Yes, but this is better.
Oh, okay.
So we got that free at last, so I appreciate that. But yeah, so well, that was your down this week. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that's kind of a downer.
I really don't have a down this week.
Good.
down.
That's nice to have.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Hasn't been a good week, but I'm done complaining about it. It's okay.
It's Halloween week.
Because it's
We know you
episode
can't.
100.
Halloween week.
You can't. We know you can't have a down week on Halloween week.
Well, that's true. That's true. My yard is fully decorated. Not completely. I actually have some more stuff coming out tomorrow.
I don't know if that was done on purpose. I noticed some tombstones were knocked over.
They are going to be put back up tomorrow.
I didn't know if you were hiding those ones or they just fell over.
I kicked him
Yes.
over on the way to the door. And I knocked the mummy over.
I may have a playpen tomorrow up on the porch with the zombies coming out of it, so that's going to be good.
Ooh.
So I'm sure I'm going to
Little zombie baby.
I'm sure the HOA is really going to appreciate that.
What you get for living in an HOA community.
Gated community.
right.
Gated community. Yeah, you know me. Gated community.
Gated or gay dead?
Whatever. We do have something exciting to announce. Yeah, we do. We'll get back to these, but the Twitter poll of a couple weeks ago, if anybody listened to episode 197, so I bought a llama. Scab Jeff bought a llama at the expo.
The
from a little
llama
girl.
store, that's right.
The llama story. So go listen to it.
Llama store.
We had a poll online at the History of Bad Ideas on Twitter. What's our thing? Bad Ideas Podcast?
At Bad Ideas Podcast.
There you go. I couldn't remember. We had people who've got to vote what the name was. Dream Crusher, Eater of Tears, Child Heckler, or Monty. And Child Heckler came in last at 15%.
As it should have.
The other two were 25%. And the number one with 35% was Monty. Monty is the name of the llama.
I voted for Eater of Tears or whatever it was.
The good news is Monty is a great name. Bad news is I saw Scab Jeff yesterday out at the store. I ran into him. He yelled at me for being on his side of town in a Walgreens because they're a pretty selective private club. And I asked him, I was like, well, do you have Monty? And he did not. So personally, I don't think he's taking this dedication too seriously.
Monty isn't just something you can just parade around.
What is the point of a llama if you can't parade it around?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed.
This is a devastating evil llama.
Yeah, I'm disappointed one of the options wasn't Llama McLama Face.
Ooh, that is a good one. Well, I guess the intern fucked that up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, bastard.
I did like the La La Llama.
Yeah.
Someone's
in honor of La La Land. So yes, Monty is the official mascot of the Bad Ideas podcast. It only took 197 episodes, and we got one. So it was Worsley, but he had to go die on us.
He died before we kind of tried to make him a man. He died before we even knew what his name was.
That's true. Get a jacket, people. Let's see. You know what? The down I will give you this. It was from a couple weeks ago. Tom Petty dying.
Yeah, that sucked.
That was a bad one. I don't really care if people like celebrities or musicians die. Tom Petty was a rough one. I liked him. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of people that didn't like Tom Petty, honestly, tell you the truth. He was like one of those American iconographic, musical rock and roll stars that everybody liked. I mean, he wasn't a big attitude guy. I mean, he was just, a guy you can lay back and drink some beers and listen to at night or at a party, and nobody would have a problem with it.
Yes. So
we all agree we like Tom Petty. We like Tom Petty's music, and we all are distraught or saddened over his passing.
I do want to say thanks to the 365 Flicks chaps for coming over here.
Yep.
And it was a great time. Check out episode 91. They talk about the expo. They talk about actually just being in Cincinnati with all of us. So it was
cool.
It was awesome. Home Video Hustle came down from Columbus. Dev came down. You can listen to all those episodes. Thank the expo for having us.
Yes,
we appreciate it. We're looking forward to it next year too. We're excited.
Yeah. And people are listening because of the expo.
And we're going to have Andrew on in a couple weeks to do a quick wrap-up of the show, too.
That'd be great.
And maybe a sneak preview of what to expect.
When you're expecting? The book?
That was terrible. That was
a terrible book. No one should read that.
Okay, I'll agree with that. And it was terrible for you to even mention it.
It was a terrible movie.
Boo.
Remember that?
No, I'd actually blocked that out of my memory.
I wish I could have, too. No, it was great. And the 365 guys were awesome. And I think that there's rumors that they may be coming back over next year. We got the Shepherd. He's coming up to the expo next year. That was just recently announced. So, that's another nice thing. We interviewed him about 20 episodes back, I think.
Yeah, so Andreas Molinari. Oh,
Molinari?
Andreas.
Yes, good job.
No, I couldn't. I'm tripping over his last name, and I apologize.
You're pulling at me.
Yes, I'm pulling at you.
Is it Andres Molinari?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're going with that.
Okay.
We're going with that.
If it wasn't that, it is now.
Jeff, you're down this week. Is your car not starting?
Yeah, when I went out to drive to work this morning, my car said...
No.
It didn't even say that. It went... Then the radio went on, so it did say... Rah, 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 but the engine went...
Click.
Didn't even click.
Didn't go click, click, boom.
Nope.
Did you have tires? Did someone steal your tires?
Nope, tires are still there.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
No one's going to steal those tires.
Did you have doors?
Yep, had doors.
Did you have an engine?
I can't guarantee it.
Okay. Did you have a catalytic converter? That's been stolen from you
That's
before.
been stolen before, yeah.
You've had bad luck with that car.
There's precious metals in that catalytic converter.
Oh man, when you start up your car and you don't know there's no catalytic converter.
How's that sound?
I thought the thing blew up. I thought I was going to die.
Thought you were in an episode of Casino.
You ever think of that, like when you go to start your car, like that brief second,
I hadn't before that time.
and you're like,
Yeah. Wait a minute.
wait
Yeah,
a
really.
minute. I broke it again.
And you put it on upside down. Way to go.
Let's try that.
You're a rocket raccoon.
So I'm Rocket Raccoon. How you doing, Blake?
That doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Never mind. Moving on. Blake, have you watched Walking Dead?
Yes, I've made a concerted effort to make sure I watch the first 2 episodes in preparation of our bicentennial podcast.
I know, I did too. Spoilers coming up here.
Spoiler alert.
Do you like it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a little lacking.
Morgan,
It's okay.
all life is precious. Fuck this. I'm going to kill every motherfucker in this house. Okay, moving on. Morgan,
There we
calm
go.
down.
Yeah, exactly.
My thing is, he has these pistols, these guns. Pick up one of those automatic ones that you just killed from that guy because you're running out of bullets.
Well,
Pick one up.
It's easier to be a badass when you got, 2 pistols.
I know, but you knew he was going to be a badass when he left his stick behind.
Yeah.
That was a bad sign.
It's true. Well, if you're going to be in a firefight, my recommendation is, yes, pick the rifle.
Don't be Daryl with a fucking crossbow.
Don't be Daryl with a crossbow. Don't be...
Right, you kill one person.
Don't be badass with a pistol. You want the fully automatic rifle.
My issue is that Morgan was awesome, but...
And remember to double tap.
Yes. Always double tap. Which Morgan did sometimes. My issue is, are we going to get sad, sensitive Rick a couple more times? Are we going to do this again?
Yeah, he came across the baby in the cradle, and you're just like, man, come on. Oh, just adopt the kid and move on.
Pick up the kid, let's go.
You're in life or death situation here. Don't
Pick up the kid.
There's no time to be a human being.
No. Pick up the kid and go.
That's right.
And then they were like, this big reveal. Who the fuck is that guy? Okay, he's from season 1.
I can't remember. Was he one of the caretakers in Atlanta?
I don't think he was the caretaker. He had his family, and he wanted to leave, and they were fighting over whether letting him leave or not. And Shane said, you wouldn't make it a day out there. And he did, obviously.
I went to D.C.
Yeah, so he...
Or Alexandria.
He had 3 or 4 kids, and so... I did see on Twitter, though, when the baby came up, like when he busted into the room, they're like, oh, great, another baby Shane fathered.
Another Shane baby.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's action at least this season. My question is...
Lots of gunfire.
You're in the military.
Yeah.
Do you have this many bullets that they do?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Okay. That's a whole lot of fucking bullets that they're wasting.
Yes.
Not only are we blowing up the windows, I get that whole metaphor, whatever.
I looked at that, and the only thing I can think of is that maybe they're blowing all the windows in because it creates a lot of glass on the factory floor, the floor for them to run and walk on. That's the only reason I can think of.
The metaphor is, remember when Rick was first in Alexandria, and the glass broke. He threw that one girl's husband through the window or whatever.
Okay.
And they said, you need to repair this because if you don't repair a window, it's just going to steamroll, like, society will fall apart. It was some big metaphor about fixing a window. And I think that's why he did it.
That went way over my head, and I couldn't even remember that.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff this year. They're trying to go back like in previous seasons.
It's like
hey, look!
Morales or Gonzalez or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
So I looked at that and it's like, oh, you made it from Atlanta. I'm like, I can't remember who the fuck you are.
People we've had in this show? I can't fucking remember this guy.
And you're still alive? I don't understand.
Like 3 episodes. Yeah. How the fuck am I going to remember that? Or care? I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't like the time jump in the first episode.
The old man Rick?
There's a lot of time jumping.
There's the thing or back to episode 1, or is that old man? Is it just like a dream, or is this in the future, or what is it? I don't know.
I know the story. I've read the books.
So you know what it is.
And I feel like I know what it is. So okay, fine. I'm not going to spoil that. But it's like, oh my god, I don't need time jumps. I don't need time jumps. I don't need dreams. I don't need any of that. Just tell me the story.
Just move the story on.
And who's the one guy that we really like, but his boyfriend just got shot?
Yeah, that one guy.
Yeah.
What's this guy? The ranger guy that scouted for people following around.
His boyfriend got shot. That would mean something if they actually gave the boyfriend more than 5 sentences in the previous 16 episodes. I don't really care.
He was pretty brave in the firefight.
He was. He's a great, he was brave.
Shooting 100 bullets without reloading.
Get to that. But it's like, he's dying, which sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know what this guy has. Like, they've given us no real story with him. Yeah, he loves the guy. That's great. But there's no story. Like, I
know.
But I enjoy parts of it. Like, the Rick part, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I like everyone other than Rick,
Like,
really.
Keep moving along. And even the whole, the king.
Ezekiel. I like Ezekiel.
King Ezekiel and the whole, chasing the guy that got away, and they're like following him. Ha! See, he bleeds. We're hot on his trail. And then his
Tiger,
big
Shiva.
big cat eats him.
And that does not look like a good CGI tiger. It's gotten better.
It's gotten better. Yeah, I agree. but it's like, okay, that's weird, but whatever.
My favorite part is still when Shiva comes over and when Negan is about ready to kill Carl.
Oh yeah, the last episode.
Fuck, they got a tiger.
The final episode. Yeah, exactly.
That was my favorite line. Oh fuck, they got a tiger. I've enjoyed it. I mean, but it's nothing.
And you know what? The moral of the story is, if you have a turncoat coward in your group, leave him to die.
Yes,
that's all there is to it. He made his decision, or she, and
you can't redeem
equal
him.
Opportunity. Yeah, you can't redeem him.
Have a good day.
And have a good day. And the old preacher man, is like, well, okay, I'll be a nice guy and help him. It's like, no, that guy sold you out.
Yeah, Gregory. Why is the preacher going back?
That guy sold you out. Let him go.
And if it was so easy to jump in the car for Gregory, why didn't the preacher just open the door and say, "Hey, jump in"?
Yeah, I know. That was a little goofy too.
The preacher is one of my most hated characters. He's up there with Lori. How much I hated him.
He kind of gets everybody into trouble again and again.
In the book, he has a very satisfying way of dying.
Good.
It's a long way off, though.
But is he wearing his shitting pants?
No.
You got your shitting pants on?
Did you see that AMC is loosening up the F word this year?
Yes, I saw that warning, and specifically for this season of The Walking Dead.
Good for them.
Yeah,
we're all adults. No kid should be watching this anyways.
Exactly. So. But other than that, I've got Gotham loaded, and I've had no desire to go watch them.
It's on the bubble for being canceled this year. Just letting you know.
I think the show jumped the shark, man. You think it jumped the shark?
I have not watched this season.
No, I'm not this season. I mean, the latest
I saw 7 episodes last year, and I was done with it. I just didn't care.
It was no longer it was no longer what they advertised it to be.
They fucked up. They should have concentrated on the police. They should have concentrated on the mob war.
Yeah, and the making of the villains, which was really cool, and then
not to go old school.
And Gordon's storyline just got really weird and out of control, and
they could have made it like a Dick Tracy. And I'm not kidding. Like, you could have made it like the gangs, and even have some quirky characters in there. That's fine. Like Butch, he's hilarious. I like Butch.
I did too.
But you don't need. They made it horrible. Not everybody started when Bruce was 12 years old as a criminal.
Yeah.
And don't even get me fucking started on Selena Kyle. No. My God. Jeff, are you watching Gotham this year?
No.
Okay. Is your mic on? You back up?
I don't know. Is it on? Am I back up?
Oh, no. Are you flashing?
No, I'm not flashing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff, are you watching anything this year?
I'm watching quite a few things.
Anything new?
Have you caught up on stuff? Like, I caught up on a few things, like the Star Trek Beyond, etc., and was very disappointed in that movie.
Oh, the movie Beyond.
The movie, the one that Simon Pegg wrote. I'm a Simon Pegg fan. And I watched that movie, and the plot didn't make any goddamn sense whatsoever.
You know what? I'm not kidding. I completely forgot all about that movie.
Yeah. You should. It was a waste of my time.
I wanted to see that.
But I want to see Blade Runner 2049 because everybody I've talked to says it's awesome.
Yeah, that's all I heard about it.
That's all I heard about it.
No one's actually seeing it, except everyone I know sees it.
Exactly, and I saw the box office bombs, and I was surprised.
You're not going to see 2069 Blade Runner because it's not happening.
Well, Harrison Ford may be dead by then.
You think, but he keeps coming back.
He could be a replicant.
Did you see, speak of bad remakes, did you see they're making Lethal Weapon 5? Richard Donner, Mel Gibson, and Donald Glover all interested.
Danny Glover.
Whatever. Donald Glover would be better.
Donald Glover.
Yeah, Danny Glover. They're all interested in coming back. No, stop it. Stop it. No. I bet you Joe Pesci will come back. That would be awesome. No. Jeff, he's your favorite character.
No. He's the reason they should never have made 3 and 4.
The Orville I got caught up on.
I think I'm caught up on it.
We have some Orville reviews and listener feedback.
We do. Mm-hmm. It is very good.
I saw 10 minutes of it.
I was
you need to watch
surprised.
More. It's very Star Trek-like, and you're correct, Jeff. It is very Star Trek-like.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know how it's not a ripoff.
It's pretty much a ripoff. I mean, obviously they're taking a different, lighter approach, but they're still... I mean, what I like about it is they're going after social issues of today.
Yes.
In a science fiction type setting.
I told you off air.
Well, like the original one did in the 60s. So,
Like I told you off the air, I think it was his third episode when the one alien race on his ship, they had a girl baby. The two guys had a girl baby because there's no females on this planet. They all hatch kids. And
they all hatch kids. You mean boys?
Yes, they all hatch boys. And this one came out as a girl, and there was a big debate between the two of them if they were going to change the sex of it.
Because that was something that the culture did. If they had a girl, they
went through this
immediately put it under an operation, and it became a boy.
And they went through this whole thing. And Seth MacFarlane was like, "No, you can't do this. This isn't right." And they're like, "Well, this isn't your law. This is our law." And they were going through this whole thing. And then you had this big reveal at this court because they went to the alien planet and did this court thing. And they had this big reveal, and you thought, "Okay, spoilers come out. They're going to stop it. It's going to still be a female." Nope. And they're like, "Sorry, you lose. You lose the case. We appreciate your thoughts, but no, you lose." And they changed it, and it's like, I did not expect that, and I appreciate them, doing that stuff. It was very interesting. Like you said, there's a lot of social issues, and they do a very good job with it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the most recent one, but the one I think it was the most recent one that I saw about pretty much the planet that ran by Facebook likes.
I did not see that one. I'm one episode behind then.
You're behind. Oh, then you need to watch that one.
Is it good?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
I like the one that they went undercover on the Krill ship.
Have 50-50 on that one.
But there was Avis. We try harder. They were trying, and it's not as funny as I expected this season to be, this series to be.
Yeah, well, it was certainly advertised that it was going to be more of a comedy than it really is.
The good news is though, the ratings are pretty high on it, so they said it probably will be renewed pretty easily.
Really? The biggest problem is I think the comedy falls short.
The comedy falls very short, but you know what? It could be something like Sports Night, where they thought, you think it was going to be a sitcom, and it's more like, nah, not really. It's just a serious drama. We're going to get rid of that fucking laugh track.
I don't know. The episode I saw for 10 minutes, weren't they the humans in an alien zoo thing, which I think was been done before in Star Trek.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one either.
Or they were keeping them for observation or something because
was it episode 2? I didn't see episode 2.
Male and female.
You probably did see episode 2 because I missed the first half of episode 2.
Oh, okay.
So you might have seen it. Yeah. Blake saw one that we didn't.
I saw one you didn't.
I didn't see episode 2
I
because
missed all the rest.
The DVR fucked up on that one because the football.
DVR didn't fuck up. The football game ran long.
Sorry.
That's what all it was. The Lightning in Denver pushed the football game back an extra hour plus.
What's ever good at coming out of Denver?
I hope 20 points from my field goal kicker tonight.
Have you guys watched The Gifted?
Yes.
No, that's one of the shows that I wanted to watch, but I got it confused with the Marvel Inhumans.
Oh.
Did you watch Inhumans?
No, I wanted to watch The Gifted because that's the one that had Silver St. John or whatever her name is.
Oh,
from Gotham.
yes.
Little dirty seductress
Silver St. Cloud.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Little dirty seductress from Gotham.
It's a good show.
Is she in The Gifted?
She's the main one, the daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I
It's.
think 2 or 3
I'm three.
episodes.
I'm
I saw
three.
3 episodes. Yeah.
I liked it. I've enjoyed it. The ratings are decent, not great. I got caught up on some of these, just seeing, because I was looking at my shows that we were watching, my wife and I was like, well, that's canceled. It's, all the ratings are down. They're like, it's not going to last. Son of a bitch.
Damn it.
Because we watched The Mayor. It's enjoyable.
I forgot all about that show.
The ratings are not good. Yeah. It's going to get canceled. Kevin probably saves the world. It's unique. I don't know if it's.
I saw the first episode.
We saw the first 2. It's different.
But isn't The Gifted kind of like a hero's concept where they're normal people with the mutated gene?
But it takes place in the X-Men universe.
But it's X-Men?
Yeah.
It's X-Men. It's definitely X-Men related, the whole mutant gene and whatnot.
They said it would probably get renewed just because it has the X-Men tied to the thing, like the Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of. Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed it. I've liked it. I like the little jokes like Sentinel. I like that they're the main bad guy corporation.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I like Warpath. Not Warpath. Who's... is that Warpath?
No, Thunderbird.
Thunderbird. Thank you. I like him. And I like that they have Blink. I like that they have different characters in there. Polaris is in there.
Yep.
I've enjoyed that. Like I think it's a decent show. I've liked it better than Gotham. No offense, Gotham, but ooh.
I can't believe you're saying that.
Why?
Well, because Gotham's a 4-time floppy winner.
Not after Riverdale, baby. Riverdale's taking that fucking award this year.
Not.
Oh, it's taking it.
No, it's not.
It's taking it. It's so awesome.
I will do everything in my power, including kill you, to prevent Riverdale from winning
That's
that
a threat.
award.
You watch anything else?
Well, that wasn't a threat.
That's a promise.
And I will help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you watching anything else, Blake?
No, well, I got finished up on Preacher because as you know, I've only got limited like 3% on the in-laws DVR space.
I got
can't stay on there too long,
and it can't stay on there too long, or it'll end up getting deleted.
I got 2 episodes left on Preacher.
Yeah,
I like it, but it
was pretty good.
It's coming back for a 3rd season. It did get renewed.
That's good. It'll be interesting to see where they take him in the 3rd season as the Messiah. And it's kind of interesting how his God voice is a little
tweaked
now.
I like the show. It's just like you said, I just didn't have the time the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to get caught up on the Orville because I knew Jeff was caught up on that. I wanted to see The Gifted because I thought you would be caught up on that, Blake.
I try to do the best I can with the limited resources allotted to me.
Did you watch Stranger Things, Jeff?
I did watch Stranger
Jesus, I wanted to see that too, and they released all of them at once.
Oh
didn't
yeah.
they?
Is it 8 episodes?
Nine episodes, an extra hour. And Jeff,
I will say it doesn't feel like oh my God, there's too much here. It's like I wouldn't know what to cut, so 9 was the right number.
I thought that with the first season. I thought 8 was a great number. Like I have that's why I keep saying Marvel's superhero shows on Netflix are way too long. Mm-hmm. I get to like episode 10, I'm like, okay, let's wrap this sucker up. We don't need 13 episodes every time.
Yeah, suffer through more. But all right, Jeff, how many episodes have you seen?
All of them.
Okay, you've seen all of season 2?
Yeah.
Damn. All right,
that
so
was what I did Saturday.
Initial review that I've heard is that it's a lot more action. You don't have to worry about building the characters because you already know who they are.
Exactly.
And there are some people that are saying they liked season 2 better than 1.
I won't go that far.
You won't go that far?
I think season 2 is a great extension from season 1.
And it stars Matthew Modine as the sheriff?
Yes. Everyone's favorite sheriff. No, wait. It's season 2, though. Paul Reiser gets to
Paul Reiser is the sheriff. Let's be clear on that.
For those of you who didn't know, last year, Jason, over these
interweb
podcast waves, declared he was so impressed with Matthew Modine's acting because he didn't even recognize him as the sheriff. And that was before Blake or I saw it, so we weren't there to correct him. And then all of a sudden, we were getting a lot of corrections via Twitter.
Even Matthew Modine was the real Matthew Modine was questioning us.
That's correct.
Thank you, Mr. Modine. And
then you had to do it again, didn't you?
And he questioned us again today. I'm not kidding. The real Matthew Modine. And David Harbour is on there now, too. So
he's been
well done. Well done. Thank you.
I mean, I saw Matthew Modine forwarded your tweet or whatnot,
yes,
with a couple of question marks, tagging David Harbour into it, and it got liked by like 20 people
instantly.
Yeah, like 20 other people are like, "Who's this idiot? Well, way to go, way to call him out, Matthew Modine."
Oh, I'm proud to be an idiot. Oh, good times.
Have you been able to watch any Halloween movies to get you in the mood for Halloween? The only movie I got to see was Hocus Pocus, and I haven't seen that in like 20 years.
Age well?
It was terrible to begin with.
I liked it.
It was okay.
It was like they're remaking it.
Yeah, I know. That's why it was in our news that they were
Hocus
remaking
Pocus,
it.
That's the Sarah Jessica Parker one, or am I?
Yeah, with Bette Midler.
How can you?
Bette
like
Midler
that
and
with
what's her name?
Sarah
and-
Jessica Parker.
I know. That was my bad.
You know that, and I rewatched both Addams Family movies, Addams Family and Addams Family Values, and actually I actually enjoyed those. I forgot those were actually okay.
There were some good parts to them.
Raul Julia in there was pretty funny.
It was good.
I'm Raul Julia. I play a very bad Monsters Addams Family.
He was actually pretty funny.
I know. I like Raul Julia.
How old was he when he passed away?
47.
Because a lot of people think he was like 50 or 60. I'm like, no, he may have looked at the end in that horrible Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Wasn't that the horrible
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter?
Was that the last one
He was
did with Street
54.
Fighter?
54. Yeah, that was the last one he did.
Yeah, 54 years old. Speaking of bad movies, real quick here. Number one fan Doug sent this over to me a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
So there was a really bad movie, Ready to Rumble, with David Arquette as a wrestler.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Okay. Tony Schiavone is an announcer, WCW
Schiavone.
announcer. Yeah. He was in Ready to Rumble. This movie did horrible box office, like $13 million. He said on his podcast that he still gets residual checks to this day of $400 a year.
Wow.
And so, the reason why you brought up Raul Julia is, how much is his family making off Street Fighter? I mean, Tony
don't
Schiavone
know.
was just a bit part. He was just the announcer in it. Raul Julia gets second billing. How much money does he get off Street Fighter?
I think
$400 for a.
didn't he say
That's it. I'm going into acting.
No wonder Samuel L. Jackson
think-
does every movie.
exactly? Didn't Raul Julia agree to do the part because he needed money because he knew he was
Yes.
sick or
Yes.
something along those
Yes,
lines
that
to
was
take
the
care of his
story.
family?
Yeah, that was the story.
That's the only reason he was in such a horrible movie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme was just happy to get to work.
Yeah,
It was a big change.
Yeah,
He thought it was a good script.
There's a wide spectrum between Raul Julia and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude read the first page. This is a masterpiece. We will do it. I think that was Schwarzenegger.
That was supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
He's French, isn't he? He's Brussels.
Yeah, that's Belgium.
Yeah.
You know, I went so many weeks without hearing any bad Jason impersonations.
Well, you still haven't heard one.
Yeah, you've heard 4 or 5.
So, anyways, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. Sure.
So that's the only Halloween movie you.
Those in the Addams Family values. I haven't gotten to see anything good or scary. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I usually do better than that.
Well, my Halloween 6 is on in the green room right there.
You know, I did note that's why I brought the question up because there is a scary movie on at the moment, and I realize I haven't done enough scary movies for the month of October.
Did you see it?
No,
Okay.
haven't
Jeff
gotten
did.
around to
We
it.
talked about that, but I've not seen it.
You have not seen it yet?
No.
Bad, Jason.
I know. It's been a rough couple weeks. I apologize.
Are you going to the movies this Thursday?
I am seeing Thor this Thursday.
Thor Fraggle Rock?
Yep. Down at Fraggle Rock.
You know that the whole concept of that movie just looks completely
Yeah, but it's
ridiculous.
getting really good reviews.
Really,
I'm like, it looks like, hopefully it's just the ad.
Norse
It looks
god pantheon and sci-fi outer space with the Hulk.
Well, hell yeah.
What the fuck?
well, that was what the whole
This
first
whole
2
genre.
Thor movies.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen those either.
Oh, okay.
The first Thor was not good.
No.
The second one was better.
The Thor movies pretty much said Thor and the Norse gods weren't gods, they were aliens from another planet
Yes.
that were thought to be gods on Earth.
I see.
And it actually makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Are you excited? Are you excited to see it?
See, every time I see a new clip, I'm like, they're pulling out the humor, putting way too much humor into it.
They're making it very Guardians of the Galaxy.
And too much,
Yeah.
in my opinion. It like they
I think-
showed a scene yesterday on television, like an extended scene of the battle,
Yeah.
Hulk Thor battle thing, and it was like they're just playing the whole thing for laughs. I mean, is the whole movie going to be this way?
I hope not. I hope not.
I have a feeling it is.
Gladiator, you're going to fight the Hulk. Oh, hey, this is going to be great. Hey, buddy. Oh.
Is that your Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gone 4 weeks.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I've gone 4 weeks without a bad Blake impression. Just
What are
saying.
you talking about? That was my Muppets impersonation of Thor Fraggle Rock.
Number one fan Doug just sent a tweet in at Bad Ideas Podcast. 5 years ago today, Disney bought Lucasfilm.
And
5 years?
Yeah.
And therefore you have the shit you have today.
Hey. Stop it.
Sorry. Oh, instead of a Death Star, we're going to have a Death Planet. Suspend whatever you know about science and physics because it's going to devour its own sun, but yet stay in its own gravitational.
Well, then they would leave.
Well, it's Star Wars.
Sir,
You
oh,
forget
God.
everything you know about science.
Oh, here we go.
That's right. It's not a sci-fi film.
Going back to episode 2 on this.
It's not a sci-fi film. It is a
Fantasy in space.
Dev, help.
Dev is not going to argue that with me anymore. I wore him out on that argument.
So the funny thing is, Justice League. That is funny. Justice League comes out November 17th. I was watching TV, and my oldest son was like, "Are you going to see that day?" I was like, "I guess." He's like, "But it's got the superheroes." I was like, "These aren't good ones." I was like,
Obligated.
"No, I guess I'm going."
Can I just watch Gal Gadot scenes?
I might just watch Wonder Woman again. The Flash, they were trying to play him up in the trailers, though, I noticed. I saw that.
Again, Flash is in there for comic relief, so they're really playing that up in the trailers.
Yeah.
A little too much, in my opinion.
Yeah. I guess I'm going. Are you going to go? Do you want to go? This should be on the poster for Justice League.
Yeah.
Are you going to
guess
go?
I'm going.
I guess.
I'll wait for
I
Red
guess I'll
Box.
see it. I'm pot committed.
Are we pot committed? DC's not even pot committed. Fuck, Warner Brothers isn't pot committed. Nobody's pot committed on
We
this.
here at Warner Brothers want everyone to see our movies. We got the Man-Bat and the Fast Guy.
We got Fast and Furious? We got Vin Diesel? No, we got Paul Walker.
We've got a very good, sexy man, Aqua. His power is he talks to dolphins, but he looks sexy.
The dolphin or the Aquaman, man, Aqua.
Oh, let him stick you with his underwater pitchfork.
That's a trident, sir.
Tried it.
It's a salad
Yes.
fork.
Trident.
It's a seafood fork.
It's a lobster tail consumption utensil.
Unfortunately, we can't be shown in Alabama because of bestiality rules.
No, we allow bestiality.
That's right. That's right.
It's the Aquaman. He only eats land meat.
Do we have to put that woman in it?
Notice there's no mermaids. What does Man Aqua do?
Aqualad. Can we get Kevin Spacey to play Man Aqua?
Oh, boo. Boo. Is this how it ended up on Weinstein's couch?
It's funny because it's true. Anyway, he's moving on.
Look at Man Aqua fight a plastic six-pack ring.
Oh, he's played by Kevin James.
Kevin Spacey, Kevin James. What's the difference?
Doesn't matter. No, I'm talking about the 6 pie rings. Anyways.
Oh, the
Can we-
villain
can we-
is six-pack ring.
Yeah.
It's Chris Pratt. Can we get the Fantastic Four to join in? Can we call Fox? I'm sure this could work. We can get Torch Boy.
That's right. Six-pack rings origin story came to light after the evil dictator supreme leader Trump destroyed and reduced the EPA to nothing.
What do we need an EPA for? That's silly bastards.
Let's pollute the water with coal.
Down the hall.
Let's just frack them all up.
Aquaman versus fracking.
It's just a debate for 2 hours.
But hold on, can Man Aqua survive in fresh water?
That's a good question.
Okay, he's not Nemo.
I mean, if they're used to salt water, fresh water is different.
Probably would
right.
affect his lungs a little
Can
bit
he
different.
go into like the Great Lakes and survive?
Exactly. Can he go into fresh water? I don't know.
St. Lawrence Seaway? I don't know.
Saltwater fish. What else? Brackish areas. Mississippi Delta, can he...
Nobody wants to go to Mississippi Delta.
Mud shit eaters in the Delta.
That's his other villains.
Carp.
Carp.
I must clear the carp out of the Delta.
It's just 3 hours of him scooping.
He doesn't need to scoop. You can just tell the carp, leave.
I leave a trail of waste behind me and I draw the carp out.
And then, okay, so we got Aquaman taking the carp. We got Superman just standing in a field.
Well, he's dead.
No, he's back.
Not yet.
Oh, he's back. They didn't even try to hide it in the trailers anymore. You got Batman just surrounded by bats flying around him. You got Flash doing flashy things.
You get Flash trying to tell bad jokes.
Yeah. You got Wonder Woman who actually is like, can I save this movie? Do I have to do this again?
Do I have to use my feminine
I
power?
save these superheroes.
Let me use my feminine powers to save this movie.
Seriously, I've saved your fucking DC universe. Now I gotta save this fucking movie. Okay, moving on.
Moving right along now.
Quick things here. For episode 200, what retired segment should Hobie bring back? Yes, this was a poll this past couple weeks. Let's see. The options were Hidden Gems, John Noble News. Everybody loves John Noble News. Chris Pratt News, and Activate. So in last place, nobody wanted Hidden Gems back.
Nobody wanted that.
Yeah, or they don't remember it.
What was Hidden Gems?
Oh, Jeff and I would talk about something that nobody knows that week, like a little hidden.
Like if we found something on
Kickstarter.
television or movie or Kickstarter or a book or something.
And people still didn't find any Hidden Gems.
No.
Even in this poll.
Third place was 13% was Activate, where Jeff and I would be the Wonder Twins and would have to get out of the situation brought on by Jeff's brother.
Or we let other people send stuff in.
Yeah.
But it died.
I remember Activate.
It died pretty quickly.
Yes,
I mean, when you guys keep turning into a pail and water, I mean, come on. A pail of water and an eagle.
Yeah.
Just like the real Wonder Twins, everything they did. Well, I'll turn into an eagle. I'll turn into a pail of water.
I think it actually ended when Jeff became Mist. That was the...
Well, the problem was people would give us scenarios but didn't tell us what they wanted us to do about them.
Yes.
They said we're trapped in a house. I'll turn into air vapor and float out.
Yeah.
And then I was told I was supposed to rescue someone. I'm like, what? You just said I was trapped.
Well, Jeff, there's a close race between Chris Pratt News and John Noble News.
Chris Pratt News. Chris Pratt News. Be Chris Pratt News.
That music can only mean one thing.
Yes.
John Noble News.
What?
It was John Noble News.
Not Chris Pratt News?
We got a reprieve from his attorney.
But why were we doing John Noble News in the first place?
Why wouldn't we do John Noble?
I know we did Chris Pratt News because of his abs.
John Noble News because I was a big fan of Fringe.
Oh.
Yeah, that was something we did in like the first 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
No, you weren't.
In an episode of Fringe, John Noble News, we would do a little story about him. Here we go. In an episode of Fringe, John Noble tells a story about slapping Joshua Jackson. When we were doing it, it was very complicated. What Josh had realized was that this girl was lying there dead, hurt. Well, she would be dead, wouldn't she? Not just hurt.
Yeah, was she dead or was she hurt? There's a difference.
And then Walter, who was played by John Noble, had just come trying to reason with him. There was no way he would have done anything except strangle Walter, really. So I said to Josh, we need him to snap on this one. And we've never done it. There's never been any physical contact between the men, which was really cool because they were father and son on it. So I said, how about if I slap you? And he said, yes, that's what it needs. So we put that in, and it did. And it was very powerful. There you go. There you go. There's your John Noble News.
I slapped him, and he didn't like it. So he slapped me back, and we got in a fight. No.
And then we got a tickle fight.
Tickle fight.
And this is why John Noble News died. Anyways, thanks everybody for voting. We got John Noble News.
Thanks for voting that back in.
Could have had Chris Pratt News.
But no.
Quick thing, we got a new tournament going. A couple times a week on Bad Ideas Podcast Twitter page. This is in honor of Doug. Doug won, number one fan Doug. He says this in listener feedback. 8 hands. He wants a tribute. So what better way to tribute Doug? Because he's been here since the beginning. He has always sent in listener feedback.
I think he linked something that he wanted a tribute to.
Well, too late.
He didn't want a tribute to himself. There was something in the link.
Oh, I didn't see that. Neither did the intern. We're on the 800th intern, so what do you expect? Something to make an episode. So, your tribute is that we're doing a Disney animated film poll. The best. You were doing it by year, 4 at a time, and we're going on. So whoever wins goes on to the next round. So the first round, first picks were Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio, Fantasia, and Dumbo. All first 4 movies. Theatrical.
First 4 Disney theatrical animated releases.
In last place with 20% was Pinocchio. Thank God.
No one likes Pinocchio.
Number 2, in third place was Dumbo with 21%. Thank God.
I voted for Dumbo.
24% to 35%. Snow White lost to Fantasia.
Wow.
Fantasia is pretty cool.
Never liked Fantasia.
I thought it was creeped out by it.
If you like classical music.
There was no like good storyline to it.
It wasn't. It was just one
But I want
fantastical
stories to my feature-length movies.
a Mickey Mouse cartoon specifically written to classical music.
Yeah, well, that lasted about 15, 16 minutes.
About a kleine Nacht Musk.
And then they had a bunch of other stuff, and I didn't even... Oh, no, never mind.
There was a lot of Disney films back then that were just like musical cuts together, like cartoons, I noticed. Speaking of that, the second poll, Bambi,
Bambi.
Saludos, Amigos,
Saludos, amigos.
Make Mine Music,
Saludos.
and Fun and Fancy Free. I'm not even going to say the other ones. Bambi won with 73%.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It was just
It
destroyed.
was like, oh, there's when Disney decided to do crap music. Or crap
And I hated
movies.
Bambi. So,
But it was the best of those.
yeah, so Bambi and Fantasia go on.
I remember the first time I saw Bambi, I went to a movie theater because it was playing there. And of course, the opening just was horrible. I was shocked.
Mom died.
I cried.
That wasn't in the opening.
It was pretty close.
Pretty close.
First 15 minutes.
That quick?
Yeah.
Well, I never saw the movie.
So you're complaining.
He doesn't have to have seen it to have an opinion.
That's right.
No,
If anything, Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks
I
has
saw
taught
the
us.
scenes where like Bambi meets Thumper and Flowers, so I've seen that. That's all I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
there you go.
We do want to say thank you to nerdly.co.uk, weebgeekspc.com, Danger Entertainment Network,
Danger!
Danger Entertainment.
Tangent Bound Network, and Geek Life Radio.
Geek Life.
10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central every Friday. Thank those guys for keeping us on for almost 200 episodes. We've been on almost all of them from the beginning, or pretty close to it,
Unfortunately,
for them.
for them.
But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for everybody for listening for 200 episodes. And thank you, Doug. We'll thank Doug.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Doug.
Doug has donated more gifts to the show than
That's true. I
anybody.
gotta thank him for that.
So, yeah.
Should probably stop calling them A-Pans for that.
I think you are the only one that does it anymore.
But it's fun. He gave him a nickname. He has to keep his nickname.
I wanted it to be called the Hammer. You know why I couldn't?
Because you can't give yourself a nickname.
Moment or breath of silence for Robert Guillaume. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was a
Benson
tough
passed
one.
away, didn't he?
Yeah.
Rafiki.
Blake?
Oh, that was what he wanted the tribute to. Robert
Guillaume? There's your tribute.
Now I remember, yeah.
In the circle.
I think it was a link to a Robert Guillaume of The Lion King passed away type article.
He was
linked
Rafiki?
to. He was Rafiki.
I never knew that.
Asante Sana, squash banana.
I love Rafiki. I just never knew that was him. Why don't we do some listener feedback? Blake, take it away with number one fan Doug.
All right, we come up to the segment. If you're listening post Comic Expo, and this is your first episode of us doing our actual shtick, and you made it this far,
Thank you.
God bless you, sir, ma'am.
We're only 53 minutes in.
We usually have a little bit less story time.
The opening sequence was story time, which usually lasts about 53 minutes.
And then seen each other in a while.
And then we cram the rest of it. That was the first half of the first page of the outline.
Yeah. We do a lot of make up on the spot kind of shit. We do a lot of improvisation.
We
have guidelines, not really a story format.
I've actually only seen Jeff once since the expo.
Yes.
And we saw each other at a party, and we just picked up right where we left off. And my wife, when we got in the car, goes, "My God, you guys missed each other." Well, it's been a couple weeks. Should have just done the podcast at the party.
Our voices got back after we were dying at the end of the X.
Let's just say this. We got several tweets and messages to us. How much was your voice dead? And I was like, it was pretty close.
dead.
I pretty much had no voice at the end
It
of it.
was dead.
It was a good time, though, but man.
It's true. All right. So now we come to the point where you, the listener, can be a part of the show. It's called Listener Feedback.
Yay! Hashtag LF.
That's right. This week brought to you by NFL's Take a Knee program. From Doug. Is it time to fire Marvin Lewis? Speaking of the NFL.
Yes, it is.
Still not as good as when we got sponsored by Hillary Clinton's book.
Yeah.
They haven't been back.
No, they haven't. Yes. Doug, the answer is yes.
Well, yes, if it was 5 years ago. Yes, it should have been fired.
Doug has a follow-up question, which has nothing to do with his first question. Yeah. It says, I expect a tribute for episode 200.
You got one. It was a fucking poll.
I think that's what he meant, a tribute to Robert Guillaume.
Well, you know what? You can't be choosy. No one else got tributes.
Choosy moms choose Jeff.
They should. And put it in the refrigerator.
And they don't let their children listen to this podcast.
So this is how impressive the reach of Bad Ideas is.
How impressive or depressing?
Both. Yes.
Depressive.
The Pop Culture Cafe, great podcast.
TPCC Cafe?
They've been almost with us since beginning too.
Yes.
They interviewed some very good comic book artists on the last couple episodes and now next couple. And he asked every one of them, do you put peanut butter in the fridge or in the pantry? Well done.
Now hold on. That is a serious question.
It is. You put it in
whether it's fabricated peanut butter or natural, organic.
Well, organic gets too gooey if you don't.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And you put it in upside down so the oil permeates upward.
Yes.
So when you turn it back around, then
you just scoop it out. That's right.
The organics is really good, actually. That's what we get. But
prefabricated
unfortunately,
that's not the word I was looking for, but it sounded good.
Unfortunately, my wife will not let me put it in the fridge, so I'm quite...
We don't even get the organic stuff, though. So.
Yeah, I do. We get organic.
Well, if it's the stuff that separates and, you get a layer of oil, I could see you refrigerating that.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
not Skippy or Jif or
Skippy?
Peter Pan or...
Peter Pan? Oh my God, that's awful.
I'm just throwing out peanut butter brands.
Peter Pan, Kevin Spacey's favorite peanut butter. Wow. Moving on!
Ow.
No stereotyping on this program.
What? That's not a stereotype, that's just creepy. I'm being creepy.
Regarding last week's...
Boy. You won't be. Moving on.
Regarding last week's top 5 wrestlers to never win the championship.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
That's not named Kevin Spacey.
Blake was not there for our list, so if you want to chip in with your top 5 favorite wrestlers that never won the championship.
Let's talk about this for a second.
No.
Blake was at the expo for like 4 hours.
5.
35 minutes of it was on the podcast. 4.5 hours was getting drunk in the green room. If you listen to the 365 chops on episode number 91, they will explain this. That the whole time. And you pissed off Chris because you were talking about football, European football.
European football, he didn't appreciate that term.
I have to differentiate for the non-Europeans in the room.
Can't wait till they come over and punch you in your face.
That's right. It's football, not European football. It's just football, which we call soccer.
That's right. He said that I had a cunty mouth. So there you go.
Hey, that's the Queen's C word.
Right, not the other one.
the American
Not
one
the
that
other
gets us in trouble with our spouses.
Yes.
Michelle.
Or when I drink a lot.
Yeah. Or when you drink. No, but that was an enjoyable time with the 365 flicks.
Yes. And home video hustle.
Yes.
Moving on.
Those two. They're next. I have a comment for them as well. Those youngsters were so full of energy. They made me feel young again.
Yes, they did.
Lord.
Yes, they
Made me
were.
feel old just watching it.
PJ's 24. How the hell is that possible?
That
Anyone can be 24 again.
I would say 24 years ago he was born, so that makes it possible that this year he turns 24.
Thank you, Jeff.
That's how it's
When you were
possible.
35?
But anyways, let's backtrack a little bit before we get to the home video hustle. Top 5 wrestlers never win a championship. Now, I've been watching our stuff, so I know you guys talked about this stuff. From Sean at Pittsburgh Nerd, who was too good to come to Cincinnati for the Comic Expo.
Sean was too good to leave Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, maybe there's a reason.
I don't think he's even made it as far as Altoona.
Maybe he's not allowed to cross the river.
He might not. Oh, I don't think he is.
Maybe he's like a vampire. He's a Pittsburgh vampire. He can't cross moving water.
He has to be invited across the threshold.
You're invited.
He has to be invited across the Monongahela.
Get your ox, cock the river, you're fine. You died of dysentery.
Sean at Pittsburgh Nerds, top 5. William Regal and Dean Malenko?
Mike Malenko.
Who are these people?
The wrestlers.
Why are they together? Are they a tag
died.
team
He
duo?
He just hobied them.
He just hobied them.
Yes.
Okay.
And it should be Steven Regal.
Sorry,
Hashtag too many Steves.
sorry, Mr. Regal and Dean Malenko. Maybe you guys should have been a tag team.
They would have been a great tag team.
There you
Best
go.
technical wrestlers out there.
And that never gets you anywhere. All right, number 4, Scott Hall.
He
Hey.
would be, but he was too drunk.
Yo.
As Razor Ramon, he could have been a good champion. He could have been. He was on the cusp.
Well,
Maybe after
if
that-
your wrestling name is Scott Hall, you're not going far.
He did go far, though.
No, but
But he
remember
wasn't
the
championship.
NWO?
He wasn't championship.
He was tag
Well, yeah.
team and intercontinental in U.S.
You know why he couldn't be? Because his name wasn't Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan doesn't let anybody else.
I thought it was Hollywood Hogan at that point.
It
Well,
was.
it was.
Well done, Blake.
You're welcome. And that was his alter ego, wasn't it? Was he the evil Hogan at that
Yeah.
point in
Yeah, he had the
time?
goatee.
Hogan.
The
Yes.
black goatee.
The black face
was
beard.
Spock.
Black face beard.
Blackface beard. What?
Yeah. I thought
No. He wasn't blackface.
Oh,
He had a face beard that was black.
Okay, let's clear this up
he
here.
put shoe polish on his blonde
Okay.
beard stubble.
We're not doing Ted Dancing crap here, okay, people? Okay, moving on.
The third one, Magnum TA.
Oh, I love Magnum.
Now, with the
TA.
name Magnum TA, why wasn't he a champion?
He was actually in a car wreck, and they thought he would be the next champion, and he was in a car wreck and destroyed his whole career. Basically, he'd never wrestle again.
That's when it was like NWA or
NWA, yeah.
NWA, and I didn't like that as much. So.
And what did every episode of NWA end with? Bad guys running down to the ring and beating up the good guys.
Yes, that's how it should have.
Yep.
But back then, the only reason to watch NWA was the Four Horsemen. Everybody else sucked balls.
With Paul Roma.
Okay. I just listened to NWA.
Yeah. Moving on.
Anyways, number 2, Roddy Piper. Now, I can
That's a
get
good
behind this one because I was a big fan of the Piper's Pit.
I was actually surprised to hear he had never actually won the heavyweight championship. Or
Yeah,
whatever they called it.
yep, I believe it. And if you listen to his backstory about it, he came up with the whole idea of the bagpipes and walking in with all that kind of stuff back in the day. It was actually pretty funny. It's a good story if you ever get the chance to go listen to it.
Roddy Piper was picked by 2 other people today on Twitter.
Oh, there you go. Because I liked it because he was all there to
The one was
chew bubble gum and kick some ass.
he's all out of bubble gum.
That's right.
That was the one thing. One guy said he didn't need it, but it would have been impressive if he got it. He could have done a lot of good things with it.
Yeah. And actually, I thought he was probably one of the most entertaining of the wrestlers. Probably the most actor astute, and even turned it into a brief one-movie film career before The Rock and Cena and those other jackasses
He
did
did
it.
Welcome to Frogtown.
Yeah.
After They Live.
Yeah, we were talking about that at work. I'd never heard about it. And,
Don't. And he did the sequel too.
They made a sequel to
Yeah.
that?
But I always enjoyed Piper's Pit because you knew he was eventually going to kick his guest's ass.
Either he was or the other guest was going to kick somebody else's ass.
That was pretty
Although,
funny.
yeah, when the bad guys were on, they all agreed and then ended up kicking some good guy's
Yes.
ass. Or-
Yeah, it was great. And then Jake, I'm assuming this is the Snake Roberts.
Yes.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
He was another guy.
Yeah. A guy with the nickname the Snake. I mean,
Well, the best part about Jake Roberts
the boa
was that
constrictor.
they wanted him to be a bad guy. He was obviously supposed to be a heel when he came
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
But everyone kept cheering for him. Everyone loved the gimmick of the Snake. That he became, I suppose, really the first anti-hero of wrestling, where he was still the villain and did bad guy things, but everyone cheered him and they, hyped it up about him.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Blake. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
That's 5, actually 6, because we tag teamed Regal and Malenko together.
That didn't sound right. What's that home video hustle say?
Home Video Hustle. As I said, it was great meeting those dumb young
Brandon PJ, go
whippersnappers.
check them out.
Yeah, they're pretty good and they're pretty fun. I had a good time hanging out with them post Expo. Youngsters so full of energy. You know, I almost wanted to say, can we, when their whole format idea of their podcast of picking out of 4 movies and watching one. I was going to recommend that maybe once a month or like maybe once a quarter we make them watch a movie. We'll call it like a boring old white guy movie selection.
I like it.
And we'll particularly pick movies from like the 80s because they weren't born at that time, so they're forced to watch those
I don't think
movies.
they were born in the 90s sometime.
Must watch Weekend at Bernie's.
2.
Not the good one. We'll make
Don't
them
even see
watch
the first one. Don't watch the first
They
one.
won't even know what's going on. They'll miss the whole
They were like, I don't understand.
Is this guy dead? Where is he?
And then they're going to hate Hobie.
Yes. Most do.
But all seriousness, great young guys. Go listen to their podcast.
Sounds so old.
They said, I know. I'm going to go listen to their podcast. They use Twitter. No, I'm sorry. Instagram. No. Just listen to episode 193. And no joke, when I went to see it, there were 2 groups of 8 to 10-year-olds in the theater. It bugged me out just sitting there and seeing little-ass kids running and giggling and smiling. I was like, why are you here?
Exactly.
I agree.
I agree. I can't. Why are you taking your kids to see this? It is not about a good clown. Not that there is such a thing.
Yeah,
But
there is no such thing as a good clown.
But it's a movie about Goonies fighting evil clowns.
yes, that's exactly it. Actually, we'll skip the next week because we're running kind of short here on time. Let's get to Besotted Geek. I got you right there. Here, Blake.
Where's
over here.
Besotted
Over here.
Geek?
Right over here.
Oh my
Right there.
God! Did you change?
Yeah, well, I just added that. He just offered.
All right, Besotted Geek. He said, "What is your dream guest couples podcast not from California?"
Dreamcast. Tony and Jeannie.
Well, if they do a podcast, is that what he's asking us? Just pick, or
I think he wants him and Mrs. Besotted Geek to be picked.
I was going to pick a couple things podcast.
Oh, a couple
No,
things.
I was going to pick.
You get 2 couples,
Yeah.
and they're from right here in our hometown.
Yeah.
It's true. Obviously, we can't pick Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
Yeah.
They're from California. That's true.
But I would say my dream podcast would be, Mayor Heno and me.
Oh.
All right.
I would love to see you 2 guys together.
Which brings me to my next question: how come we've never had Heno as a guest on our show? Out of all the listener feedback contributions
Well, here's
and the
the
theme
issue.
musics he's helped. I mean, I know he's running for office at the moment, so it may not be a good idea for him to come on at this
Oh,
time.
yeah, because then
Maybe we should-
everybody in Daly, Idaho will want to come onto our podcast.
That's you gotta be.
we have to wait until
fair.
post-election.
If you put him on, you gotta get the other person running for mayor. You gotta be even.
Everybody from
that's
Daly,
right.
Idaho has to come on. I think
That's right. We'd have to get the potato farmer and the gopher farmer and the pig farmer.
out there.
Yeah.
Wow, marmots.
the Bacon-Meister.
He's next to the cold Meister.
Yes.
Let's see. Why don't you go on to Hunter McAllister?
Here, you do your Hunter McAllister.
Oh, that's not a Hunter. I'm out of practice.
Uh-huh.
I am Hunter McAllister. I am here because I am Hunter McAllister. There it is. Now I got it. I had to take a little warm up there. I am Hunter McAllister of the McAllister Estate down in Alabama. And I do declare, Hobie, when you're on your yacht, do you bring the house staff with you? Hashtag gated community problems. Jeff, you live in a gated community. Do you bring people on your house
I live
staff?
in a gated community. I do not bring my house staff, which doesn't exist, on my yacht, which doesn't exist.
Okay. Blake, you live with your in-laws. Do you bring your in-laws with you on your yacht?
I am the house staff.
Okay.
Hashtag.
So do you get picked to go on the yacht?
Yeah, do you go on your in-laws' yacht with them?
No. I do not.
We throw ours overboard. Anyways, moving on.
So that's where all the interns go.
Yes.
All right, now we do have some listener reviews. I can run through these real quick.
Do it. If you got a listener review, send it to us at History of Bad Ideas on Facebook or Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter.
Yes, Nikki, our favorite Kiwi from that island off of South America. She said, watch The Inhumans. Wasn't that bad. Interested to see where they go with the story. The Medusa/Orin fight scene was awful.
True.
So hard to watch.
True.
What did you think? Jeff said true.
I watched The Inhumans. Unfortunately, I disagree. It was that bad. I'm still watching it. I'm committed. I'll watch all 8 episodes.
Was it a female cat fight that did not live up to sexy expectation?
Oh, God, it wasn't even close. It was, like, poorly choreographed and then just like,
Okay, did you just have sex? Or what was that going on over there?
That was an enthusiastic.
If to you that's what sex is like, I feel sorry for you.
Well, that's why I was wondering what you were doing over there.
He's married.
Yeah, I said I feel sorry. Well,
Anyways,
anyway,
Nikki follows up. She says,
I don't have to close vents when I have.
Nikki says, I feel that The Orville would be a much better show without Seth MacFarlane. Do any of you like him?
I honestly agree. I don't know if it's just because we all know Seth MacFarlane for how many years he's been around, but every time he's on screen, he just feels smarmy, and that's not what, the lead of, this science fiction show should feel like. You just feel like smarm. He's just
Smarmy?
smarm all over the screen.
Smarmy.
I feel like there's no fear when he's on the screen. Like, you take any, build up of, fear, somebody might get hurt, and then you put him in, and it's like, not so much.
And if he does get hurt, you don't care because there'd be less smarm.
Yeah, but I still like it.
Sean, a Pittsburgh nerd, from his secret hideout beneath the Monongahela. Regarding Star Trek Discovery, blah, blah, I didn't feel like a regular Star Trek show.
It didn't, sorry.
It didn't. I didn't feel like... Did you typo this?
No,
or did Sean typo it? I just hope the flashbacks aren't a normal part of the show. Overall, I liked it.
Still have yet to see it because it's on that pay wall.
Who watches Star Trek?
I would.
It's a cheap ripoff of Star Wars.
But you would watch the
Okay,
ripoff
first,
show,
and
The
you
Orville
have
from
nothing to
Star
do with it.
Trek.
Yeah.
All right, the Pop Culture Cafe at the TPCC Cafe Twitter review of Transformer: The Last Night. TPCC, was this really necessary?
Yes.
All right, what effing? You can curse. We do have that explicit lyric on
Well, they
there.
only have 140
Oh,
characters.
they only have 40 characters. So, what an effing mess of a movie. Bad writing, bad editing, bad everything. A huge piece of shit. Huge.
He said it was the worst film he's seen since Virus. And I go, wow, that's a Jamie Lee Curtis throwback.
Ooh.
Everybody loves Virus.
No.
And then, you know what? We did have Scab Jaff saying, regarding the llama story, I'm concerned. The story doesn't present me in the best light.
You think?
But pretty sure the little girl wasn't getting it regardless.
He's got a point.
Still you know what, Scab Jeff? You paint yourself in a bad light every time you're on the show. I'm just saying. Or not knowing 5 Michael J. Fox films. Mr. Movie Critic there. I know Teen Wolf 2. Maybe. What else we got? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
This will make Jeff's day rise up to be
It's
better.
been several weeks since we've had this.
Oh, we were going to do it during the expo, but I was creeped out by doing this when people walked by. I was very creeped out.
We don't want any premature Albright.
No. Premature answering.
So this sound means it's one thing and one thing only. It's a question from Nick.
Oh.
Albright.
Call me Spacey, call me Spacey.
For Jeff. He says Jefferton.
Oh, moving on up.
Ooh, new nickname.
Yeah.
Who are your 3
Throw us some.
Favorite Reds
I love commies.
of all time and why?
Oh,
Hashtag Boys of October.
Can we change that to Men of October?
Hashtag I wanna spit roast you with Johnny Bench.
Be 2 catchers though.
Our Nick Albright music brought to you by 3
I
hours
thought you were a catcher in softball.
of relaxed sex music.
Pitcher.
Oh, that's right.
My 3 favorite Reds of all time. Well, one, they got to be somebody that was around for me to see. So all those early guys in the 50s and 60s and before, I couldn't see. But my 3 favorite Reds of all time, going with Barry Larkin. He led the team that won their last World Series championship. So I'm going with Barry Larkin.
Barry.
I'm going to go with Brandon Phillips because he was such a great player and such a great person for the community that I loved having him around. And
Brandon.
the best defensive second baseman I've ever seen play. And I'm
Brandon Larson?
No. I'm going to go with Sean Casey.
Now you broke the
even
whole
a
B
not
thing.
That great of a player in the long run, but he was just such a great person to have on the team, and I
He was a
cheered for him.
300 hitter.
He was a great hitter, but the terrible runner. Oh,
The mighty
he was not a
Casey.
good runner.
No. All right. Came up through the Indians farm system, by the way.
yes.
Just to let you know.
Got Dave Berber for
Man, we gave
traded?
up Dave Berber for sure.
Oh, yeah. Boy, that turned out great. All right.
He was our opening day pitcher.
I
We traded
know.
away.
He was good for a
He
year.
played for Cleveland. Sean Casey had
Sean-
10 at-bats for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
September call-up.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, so rounding things off with, of course, our Professor Number One at Dr. Number One says, what do you think about how they killed Kevin James's wife on his sitcom? Now, apparently, we had talked about this on Hobie, but apparently, well, not apparently we did talk about it. Apparently, it was a big deal in the
People
pop
did not like
culture,
this.
pop culture world. Let it be known, we tackled it first.
We did. We tackle a lot of things first, then it
do.
becomes popular. Did they ever say how she died?
I don't think they did. Like, I know when they first came back, the whole thing was, oh, yeah, your mom died a year ago. Pass the peanuts. You know, shit like that, where they just mentioned she was dead and it was a year later, and that's about all the explanation we got. But did you heard, I think, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, since we haven't recorded since then, what Kevin James finally admitted as to why they killed him?
Yeah,
off?
because they were running out plot ideas.
They didn't know how to write
Boy.
for a married couple with adult children. Or
Is this Marvel? Because that's why they broke up Peter Parker and Mary Jane, because they
Yeah.
didn't know how to write for a marriage.
and it's like, okay, if you can't run out of or if you can't have ideas, maybe you shouldn't have a show to begin with.
Maybe you shouldn't be a writer.
Maybe Kevin James should never be on TV. Yeah, I like that. Oh, we couldn't come up with ideas. Well done. Well done, Kevin.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
And we had to put Remy LaCroix on. I mean, what's her name?
Leah Remini.
Leah Remini.
She's going to be on brought up later in the top 5, right, Jason?
Yeah. No. Face Off. We bring Face Off back.
I want to take his face off.
This is where a listener sends in 2 teams or people, and if they face each other, and we have to decide who wins.
All right.
2017 Cleveland Browns 0-8 versus the Detroit Lions of 2008.
Hold on a second. This is very important. Yeah, 2017 Browns.
They're 0-8. Detroit Lions of 2008 were 0-16.
This is a premature face-off. Because we don't know if the Browns are going to go in 0-16 yet.
Well, we
Can
don't
they
know.
go 0-17?
But they probably could.
They did lose their bye week, right? So they could go 0-17.
No, the bye week's the only time we're not going to lose.
You just tie.
Yeah.
They're 0-16-1
That's
I
right.
am picking the 2017 Cleveland Browns,
as winning.
beating the 2008 Detroit Lions.
Is that the year that allotted them Matthew Stafford the following year?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
And then
think
Dan
so.
Orlovsky ran out of the back of the end zone and didn't realize that's a safety.
Yes.
He had a rough year.
But,
You think about this for a second. That franchise, as shitty as has been, has had probably one of the greatest running backs ever
Yep.
and one of the greatest
Sanders.
receivers ever,
In Megatron.
and never did jack shit with them.
They've
Because
done,
they didn't have him at the same time.
Stanford hasn't been bad either.
But
Yeah,
going
he's
with-
just the most paid. He's not the best.
2000.
Not
I'm
one of
going,
the
I'm
best
going with the
QBs
Browns.
ever.
I think the Browns of the season can pull off beating
Who?
that Lions as soon as they figure out what or who is going to be their quarterback.
Okay, so
Now, as soon as they have a game without benching the quarterback for non-injury reasons, they might win something.
how do you keep Hugh Jackson, who's 1-23? You
He doesn't have anything to work with. The franchise has been imploded by it. They cut everybody.
Here's some of the quarterbacks that they had for Detroit, 2008. Drew Henson, the ex-baseball player.
Yeah.
Gino Torretta.
Oh God.
Wow.
I don't think that was. Let's see. Drew Stanton, Cardinal baby, and Dante Culpepper. That was
And post Philadelphia Eagles prime time years.
Dan Orlovsky.
No, wait, hold on.
Culpepper
Vikings.
was a Viking, yeah.
Vikings. Yeah. McNabb Jr.
Yeah. Culpepper to Moss.
Yeah.
Culpepper to Moss. Come on, that was great.
That's all I had to do.
Yeah. So that was a rough one. I forgot about Culpepper. Yeah, I think maybe the Browns. Maybe.
Just because we know for a fact that there was no winning in the Detroit Lions that year.
You know, we go
There's
through
8 more games
Yeah.
for the Browns to play.
I don't know. The Lions had a lot more stability. We go through quarterbacks like Trump goes through political advisors.
And as of right now, the 2017 Browns are looking a lot like the 2016 Browns. They won a game.
We're going to win a game.
Going to win a game.
It may be a fluke.
I'm looking here. Mike Fury was their best wide receiver. Jason Hansen was a kicker. Drew Henson.
Hanson was a good kicker, by the way.
Oh no, they did have Calvin Johnson. Oh, Rudy Johnson was on the team, the ex-running back.
Rudy.
For the
John
Bengals.
Kitna was there.
Yeah. Post Bengals.
Let's see here. Wow, that was a rough team. Dan Orlovsky. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns. Might have a better thing.
Well, yeah,
Thank you.
Who do the Browns have?
Who's your?
Their best player? What got hurt?
Your
wide
what?
receiver.
Tim Crow.
Yeah,
Coleman. Yeah, that
who's
guy's
your
made of glass.
Joe? Your lineman.
Joe
Joe
Thomas.
Thomas, he's hurt.
He's the only guy that was worth any.
Even he's checking out at this point.
Even
He's
he-
like, I'm fucking this. I'm
He's
out.
like, I'm tearing this tricep. I'm out.
Honey, cut me.
That's right.
There is your face-off.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
We'll do a couple news of the geek here. Let's talk about How I Met Your Mother here real quick. This is kind of funny. Unlike the last season. Per deadline, 20th Century Fox.
I thought you meant the whole show.
Last season, 20th Century Fox TV took a second stab at developing a spin-off from the CBS comedy How I Met Your Mother. The project, titled How I Met Your Dad, that was pretty clever, was Spec-Ed?
Spect.
Okay. By the studio with This Is Us co-executive producers Isaac Apatka and Elizabeth Berger.
Aptaker.
But as This Is Us took off, the duo were busy working on that, so not so much on the spin-off. Here's an idea, just kill it. So the studio will now try to develop another spin-off from different writers for How I Met Your Mother. Fox chairman Dana Walden told Deadline. No previous How I Met Your Mother spin-off ideas will be carried over. They're starting from scratch. Still titled How I Met Your Daddy. How about that? Let's do that.
Daddy, not dad.
Yeah, that's
How
new.
the
It's
hell about your
clever.
father?
It's one that's been slowly cooked. If it's the right idea, the right execution, we'll take that. Well, they're very picky.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. If it doesn't suck, we'll take it.
Or if it does suck, we'll take it too. We got CSI.
We'll put a dress on a turd, and if people like it, we'll do it.
Another long-running 20th century comedy series, Modern Family, is heading into what is expected to be its final 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's about ready. This,
I'm fine with
this
it.
season has not been good.
They've been in like many situations like they're trying to get to like a certain point, like in each episode. It's like, oh, they.
The writing this season has been very off.
Let's see here. It's like what crazy things can Cam and Mitch get into this week?
Yeah.
Let's see. The studio previous tried a spin-off from the comedy built around the recurring character played on the main series by Rob Riggle, the realtor.
Yeah, Dunphy's antagonist.
Yeah, no. Rob Riggle is funny in very small bits. I don't think I could tolerate an entire show surrounded.
Not that character.
Yeah. Not any character Rob Riggle's ever played. He's good for doing that type of character, but that type of character can't support
carry a whole show.
Yeah.
They said they're not eagerly pursuing a new spin-off because the other one did not get past the development stage, but they're open to it.
If you've got any ideas, send it to them.
To ABC, 20th Century Fox.
Maybe we'll get lucky.
The other one, that 20th Century flagship drama, Empire. My God, are they just looking for any spin-off? Please, just give us something.
Yeah, just do anything.
Empire, which early on explored a prequel, because everybody loves prequels, which ultimately became flashbacks on the main series. There's another idea that's being talked about.
Oh, boy.
Walden said, we've had conversations for a full year about potential spinoff. No one has written it yet.
We just can't.
Ultimately, I think if something comes organically out of the show, we'll pursue it.
Again, if you have any ideas, send it in.
We don't want to force it on the show because if it doesn't
have to
feel
be
organic.
It has to be organic. It can't be GMO.
It's got to be like your peanut butter.
That's right.
It would just be a distraction from the flagship if it's not organic. We really believe in the show. We want it to live for a very long time and to make lots of money. Oh, I did that. And at a certain point, after 1 to 2 seasons, the creators felt that the flagship was the priority, and we support that.
They should have felt that from the beginning, that the flagship was
I think the creators were like, no, we're not doing a fucking spin-off. Shut the fuck up. You know what's best? If they get a spin-off and Don Cheadle's in it.
Yeah. Anytime Terrence Howard loses a job, Don Cheadle follows up. That would be cool.
It's not like every time an angel gets his ring, every time a bell rings, and Don Cheadle gets a job every time Tyler Perry.
No, we'll talk about Tyler Perry.
Next. That's coming up.
Can we stop the Tyler Perry sequels? Please, for the love of God.
Let's see here. So if you got a good idea, send it to 20th Century Fox TV at 20th Century Fox at Bad Ideas Podcast at Graphic Novice. Quickies. In an interview with Business Insider, Arnold Schwarzenegger explained how director Tim Miller and producer James Cameron plan to fix the Terminator franchise with the latest sequel.
Let me guess.
Fix it?
You know how they're going to fix it?
You leave it alone.
No, they're going to fix it with
a reboot.
No!
Time travel!
They're going to fix it with time travel!
We must go back to 1984. No! Stop it!
The whole movie is about time travel, so of course they're going to have time travel.
Yeah, they're going to have to fix it. That's the greatest thing about time travel. You keep going back until you get it right.
And they never do.
And they never do. Because you mess with the time-space continuum.
Schwarzenegger will return for the new film.
They start the film, they travel through space travel through time one too many times, and everything implodes on itself, and it ends within 2 minutes.
Or they land on Avatar. Pandora, whatever it's called.
Oh, God.
Pandora Land.
Please.
Land.
Just Disney.
Or they end up on the Titanic.
Whatever. It all falls apart.
That would be fun. They go back in time and end up on Avatar Land in Disney World, and they don't know what to do.
Why did they make this world?
What do you mean they bought Star Wars?
Go back to the future. Go back to the future.
We have to go save George Lucas from selling the franchise to Disney.
Fuck this. I'll go back with the machines. Let's go. We're done.
We're out.
They're making Indiana Jones 5 down the street. No, that's okay.
No.
Let's see here. Schwarzenegger will return for the new film as an older model, the T-800.
Oh, because he's what?
Why is that robot?
He's 80. He's an octogenarian now.
Why is that robot made of leather? As will Linda Hamilton. Oh, God. As Sarah Connor. The new film will ignore the events of everything but the first two
We're going to ignore everything after the first two because we decided those were all mistakes.
So it's the Halloween 5.
They never existed. They never existed. Those were just time-space continuum spin-offs of what could have been.
So it's the Halloween H2O of the Terminator franchise. Well done, guys. Well done.
Wouldn't it be Season of the Witch Halloween?
No, we ignored that one.
Exactly like we're doing with all the others.
No. Season of the Witch. Oh. Schwarzenegger said, I think Cameron. That's not good. Dude, declare. No, damn it. Now I got all my things mixed. Maybe I'm a robot.
No, robots would get it right.
It's not a tuba. I think Cameron and Tim came up with a concept where they can continue on with the T-800.
Jesus Christ.
But make a whole new movie.
Thank you. Just read it.
What they are doing now with this one is basically to just take a very few basic characters, like Linda Hamilton's character and my character, and dismiss everything else.
Get rid of what? John
Connor?
Get rid of Edward Furlong's character.
Edward Furlong. Oh, we don't need him.
Maybe they could erase Edward Furlong in the time-space continuum.
We can't get him as a young, moody teenager anymore.
No, he's just young, moody, 40-year-old.
No, he's just an old emo.
Swooping his hair.
Swooping his hair.
Just move away from all these rules of the timeline and other characters. Were there rules on the timeline before?
No, there weren't.
God. Worst idea ever. The good news is they're still making Pandora Land 5, so I'm sure this will be like 2030 when it comes out. Oh my God. Blake, you saw the last Terminator movie.
Yeah, I did.
You gonna watch this one?
No. Only if they can tie it into the Clinton-Trump elections with some moral...
You know what?
Some moral
This is
message
what happens when you mess with the time continuum. Donald Trump, this wasn't supposed to happen. Someone kept traveling in time.
He's supposed to be running a bankrupt casino in Atlantic City, you fucking idiots!
That's what happened. Hillary Clinton was losing to everybody else, so they kept sending people back in time to fix things.
Monica Lewinsky!
And they kept picking worse and worse people, and they still kept beating Hillary.
He still kept beating Hillary, and they finally said there's no way they'll elect Trump.
I would pay for this.
We can't help you anymore, Hillary.
We're done.
We've hit the end of the time paradox.
And then people in the future just hit the destroy button. They're like, fuck it.
I'm sorry, Miss Clinton. We have hit the end of the time paradox. We have no place to go. This is where you're at. Come on.
Did you go back and put it right from the beginning where it was done right?
I knew Wasserman Schultz was a Terminator.
So anywho,
who fucked up Biden's programming? That's all I want to know. No, I will not run. Fuck! Who put the virus in his head?
Unfortunately, he's in the time cop space-time continuum. He kept touching himself and blowing up.
Time Cop, another Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That was a good movie. Oh my God. God, fuck Terminator. Fuck this. Anyways, that's your news of the week.
Hey there, we are the LWAF Podcast.
I am Joe.
And I'm Nick.
Each week we select 2 films from the Netflix library and then we discuss them.
You know, Joe, it's been over 20 years since we graduated from film school together, and now we have a podcast show for it.
And usually we disagree about movies, but even when we agree, we disagree about why we agree.
I disagree.
You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and at the Castify.fm website.
And you can find us and follow us on our own website, lwafpod.com.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, this week in the box office news and report, we'll just start off. Number 1 of the weekend of October 27th through the 29th. Jigsaw started out well, $16 million in its opening weekend on a $10 million budget.
The second lowest opening for a Saw movie. But they said it was better than the $12 million they were expecting.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, okay, cheap horror movies still make money. So,
and if you release them at the right time,
Halloween.
There you go.
There you go.
You know, being away from this podcast for 5 weeks, it really made me realize that I forgot a lot of these movies came out this month.
Yeah.
I really haven't paid attention what came out.
You mean like Tyler Perry's Boo 2, a Medea Halloween?
I was shocked to see that there was this movie coming out. But if I was doing Hobie, I'd know about it.
It made $10 million this weekend, a total of $35.5 million on a $25 million budget. So a cheap Tyler Perry movie.
Go back to making Alex Cross films. That worked well.
Didn't do too well.
No.
Is she going to put a cap in somebody's ass?
Oh, I hope so. A zombies.
Oh.
Or a ghost.
I don't think you can put a cap in a ghost's ass.
Oh, she will. Yeah. She's sassy.
Number 3 this week, Geostorm made another $6 million, a total of 24. It's up to 24 on a budget of 120 million.
What the hell is this movie?
It's a G.I. Joe. Machine. Cobra.
Huh?
In the future, the governments have figured out how to make a weather machine so everyone can have perfect weather.
That's what I thought the U.S. government was already doing, sponsored by the CIA, and that's why we had the hurricanes.
Yeah, well, see, that's what this is. It's someone, some evil organization or entity or whatnot.
Cobra.
Hacks into said weather
Hydra?
machine and starts destroying the world with its weather.
Yeah.
Chaos?
Yeah, and this is an actual
chaos.
film. Good
Really?
news is 20th Century Fox is making a spin-off of this for their TV shows.
It might be a better television show than a movie.
How I Met Your Weather Station.
Number 4, Happy Death Day made another $5 million, a total of $48.5 million on a $4.8 million budget.
I'm intrigued by this one. It's like Groundhog Day for horror fans.
Movie, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that's what you called it before we started the expo.
I'm intrigued by it.
Yes, yeah, that's right. It was when I saw it. It was a preview on it. And it's like, that one actually doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's an interesting concept. I would like to see this movie.
You can make it took $4.8 million. You can actually have a decent budget in Hollywood. A low budget.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's obviously. I don't particularly care for horror.
If you have a
movies,
good
but this
idea,
one
good
sounds
writing,
like a nice
and good
idea.
acting, they made it on 4.8 million, right? And they're up to 48. You made.
Yeah.
I mean, if you say I'll 10 times your investment, you say, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's 69% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's pretty decent. For a horror movie, that's very good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Is that the people or the critics?
Critics.
Oh.
Which
What
is
do
pretty
people
good.
say?
People's probably higher.
I can tell.
People's probably higher, right?
Yeah, that's Cinema Score, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I don't. There doesn't. What's it? Rotten Tomatoes have a.
Yeah, I thought they had a.
They've got a.
I thought they
viewers
had
and a
critics
review
and
68% for audience.
Oh, that's less than the.
1% less
That's
conspiracy.
still pretty good, though.
Still good.
And number 5 this week, Blade Runner 2049 made another $4 million, a total of $81.5 million on a budget of $150 million.
It's a rough one.
Honestly, though, it's been chugging along these last couple of weeks.
It's destined to be a cult classic, just like the original.
Well, it is doing great overseas. It's made $300 million.
Oh, so they made their money.
Not really, because they said the marketing was still pretty.
Wow. But everybody I know loves the movie, and they say you have to see it in the theater because the visuals and the sound.
And it's 3 hours long, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll go tomorrow. I almost went last Tuesday.
I've been trying to go there for the past 2 weeks to see it.
Yeah, when we weren't recording the last couple of weeks, I thought about going on Tuesdays because it's also cheap movie ticket day.
Yeah.
And the times just weren't right. I was thinking, there was a 6:30 one last Tuesday. I'm like, maybe I'll go see that. And I got home and had to do some cleaning and shit. And then by the time I got done with that, I'm like, well, there went the movie.
Mm-hmm. And you remember you got to book at least 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Because they'll make you watch 30 minutes of previews before you get to the movie nowadays.
Previews are always my favorite part. I liked watching the previews. All right, well, that was our top 5. Upcoming, November 3rd, 2017, Thor, Fraggle Rock. Ragnarok.
Down at Ragnarok.
Down at Ragnarok.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm excited.
You're going Thursday night?
Yep. I'm going. With your sister, actually.
Yes.
Hey, now.
Yeah, well.
I wasn't going because I'm not skipping trivia. We're in the middle of the trivia.
But no one else really wanted to go. I even asked other friends, and they're like, eh.
It's like, go, but you're going to the 7 o'clock one.
My one friend was like, well, I haven't seen the other ones. Am I going to be behind? No, don't worry about it. No, I don't know. I got to be up to date. No, you don't. It's fine.
Let them watch. Look at Netflix. I think both Thor movies are on Netflix. Just watch it.
What else we got?
And we have A Bad Mom's Christmas.
How is this coming out already? It's only November 3rd.
Yeah, but Halloween is over, so Christmas movies are allowed
That
to
is
start
true.
coming out.
That is true. Tomorrow's my favorite holiday.
There are no Thanksgiving movies except for Home for the Holidays.
Tomorrow is my favorite holiday. It's also, I work from home that day. And on my lunch break, I run up to the local Home Depot close to my house. And I get all the zombies and animatronics because they're like 80% off. It's wonderful.
They're trying to sell them before the day's over.
Yes, it's great. So I will have new presents in the yard tomorrow. I'm excited.
But what is Bad Mom's Christmas?
It's a sequel to Bad Moms.
Oh.
First one was actually enjoyable.
I haven't seen it.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's enjoyable.
I haven't seen it.
Didn't it come out this year or both?
2 years. 2 years ago.
Oh, it's
Been
that long
2
ago?
years?
Yeah, I'll check.
Yeah, find out when
Are
Bad
you
Moms came
sure?
out. I thought it was early this year.
No, it was 2016.
Oh,
It is 2016.
Is there another movie like that came out this year I'm getting it confused with?
Nope.
Okay.
2016.
I would have sworn it was 2017.
Damn, that is back-to-back years. They just got those suckers out.
Yeah,
Okay.
It doesn't take that long to shoot a movie.
doesn't take
movie.
doesn't take that long to write a shitty script.
That's right. Ask 20th Century Fox. They're still working on a spin-off.
I don't know. That's the people who've been writing the Inhumans TV show.
Oh. Hey, what else we got?
Buy, sell.
Okay.
Tobin Bell.
From Saw. He was dying of cancer in Saw 1. Still chugging on in Jigsaw.
Didn't he die already, though?
I think, but who knows?
Because it was other people doing
Maybe
the
it's
stuff
a prequel?
It could be a prequel. I don't know. I'm selling Tobin Bell. He hasn't been able to do anything since other than Saw of any note.
Yeah, I'm going to sell this time. Blake?
Is he related to Kristen Bell?
No.
And then I'm selling.
But you have to get with Tobin Bell to get with Kristen Bell. That's a tough call.
No. If he was related to Kristen Bell, then I would buy.
Okay.
In my long reach of hopes of meeting her and being her fluffer man.
And
Jason C. Brown hasn't come through on that yet.
No, he has
We're
not.
still waiting.
And Laura Vandervoot.
She is in Jigsaw.
I didn't know who she was. She was Supergirl in Smallville.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'll buy that.
I'll buy. Sure.
I'll buy that
she
for
still has
$1.
potential to do something.
She's a penny stock.
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She can only go up from here.
Hey. There's your buy sell.
And that's our top 5 music because we're still waiting, Henno. Just because you're running for office doesn't mean you can't get us our song. And we're ready for top 5. Jason, what is this week's top 5?
This is from Nikki. Nikki, our favorite New Zealander. You know what, Nikki? Thank you. You've been with us pretty much since the beginning, too.
Yes.
Along with Dark Angel's Pretty Feet, Graphic Novice, VF, Danger Entertainment, The What Now, Green Up. I'm trying to think who else. Anyone else we missed in there?
Probably.
Dez Hassing.
Yep, mister.
And almost Dev. He's been in there, well, maybe 100 episodes. But anyways.
Dev got the comic
Randall Holt. We got a lot of people, so if we missed you, we apologize, but thank you.
Dev's so big, he spans several episodes.
That's right. But he has tiny hands.
Yes.
Let's see. I know, this is from Nikki. I know Blake might not be able to do this, but what are everyone's top 5 sexy lady and sexy men list? Basically, if you're married, you have a list. But the rule is that to get the women, you gotta get the men. And it's all consensual. Let's all just...
Is that what this was about?
Yeah. What did you think?
I thought this was just top 5 sexy ladies and top 5 sexy men.
That's close enough.
Or did you have to pick 5 of men and women.
That's what we did.
Only 5. I picked
5 men
and then
5
women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 of each.
So I interpreted it correctly.
Yeah, you did it right.
Or
So
you
this
could've
isn't-
looked at the
It's actually
internet.
top 10.
You could've just
All
looked at
right.
our
2
message
top
board.
5s.
So you needed to specify if this was the top 5 list that if I were allowed to have,
Yes.
I would have.
That's right.
That's what it was supposed
But
to
that's
be.
what it was supposed to be. That's not what I went.
Well, you can change yours. You can go last.
I'll just keep it with what I got.
He just wants everyone to know this isn't his real list.
This isn't my real list. This is a list of I thought supposed to be sexy women and sexy men, not a list of 5 that I'm not allowed to have, but I would have if I were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
I'm going first. My number 5 is Gal Gadot. I'm going Gal Gadot.
You're throwing down good
We're doing women, I guess, first, huh?
Why don't we do the women and then the male?
Okay. I'm going Gal Gadot.
You mean all 5 women, or are we doing all 5s?
No, do the 5s
Okay.
together.
Gal Gadot is my number 5.
Yes.
All right.
let's
Is he
see.
doing his 5
And
guy
my,
now?
Yeah, my number
Yes.
5 I gotta figure out.
Oh, you didn't put him in order yet?
Yeah, I'm going David Harbour and Matthew Modine.
You're tying them?
Because they are some sexy sheriffs.
I've
love
seen
them.
Stranger Things.
So there you go. That is my number 5.
I liked it. Yeah, there have been some stranger things.
That's right.
All right, am I up?
Yep.
I'm going with my number 5. This is from back when good old young Jeff was around. Mm-hmm. Still hasn't left my list yet, and that's Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh God. I mean, yes.
Still have
I agree.
a very I was going to say soft spot in my heart, but I suppose it's a hard spot somewhere else on my body for Michelle Pfeiffer.
Your arteries.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Ever since you saw her in Grease 2.
Go Grease
Exactly.
Lightning. Go Grease.
That's Grease 1. Come on.
Sorry. What's your band?
His number 5 is Hafthor Julius Bjornsson.
Who?
Hafthor Julius Bjornsson.
I have no idea who that is.
He is a World's Strongest Man competitor who plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, I know that guy.
He's an impressive beast.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
That's why he's the Mountain.
Okay, moving on.
I do have to start with my 5.5,
All right.
and then I'll go to my 5.
All right.
Is that okay?
Okay.
My 5.5. Caitlyn and Bruce Jenner.
Ah. See what you did there?
I don't get it.
That's on both lists.
Down the hall.
I couldn't.
Thanks, Nikki. We have you to thank for that one.
I couldn't resist.
What's your number 5, asshole?
My number 5. I'll start with the men's side. On the men's side, I guess I've always had kind of like a man crush on John Cusack.
Okay.
I've liked his movies. I've liked his movies. I always thought he was a good-looking guy.
Okay.
I think he's gonna be.
What's your number 5 for women? If you were to have
Now,
a list.
well, this is not that list.
No,
this is
not
just
at all.
Sexy women, and
Yeah.
and when I first compiled this list outside of Jenner, when I compiled this list, I noticed that there was a bias, and I said, you know what? I just picked, hot young starlets of this day and age. And I said, you know what? I am not living up to the, the age-old, true sexy women, So I just expanded it by about
Okay.
50, 60 years.
Betty White.
Betty White, no. Actually, she'd be an honorable mention.
Page.
Actually, you see young Betty White. Yes.
So what's your number 5? It's 6 hours
So
later.
my number 5, I'll go with the I'll go ahead with the young starlets. We'll group them all together. It was Emma Stone,
Are you putting out all of these in number?
Jennifer Lawrence, and Scarlett Johansson.
Well, that's my number.
Yeah, some of them may appear on my list.
I'm not going to give you that credit.
You don't have to tell me which ones, but this is what we call the immediacy effect.
Okay.
The recency effect. You got to stop and think.
Okay. What's your number?
Other than what your most recent
Moving on. What's your number
thing
4?
was.
What's your number 4?
I'm going
God.
to take more off of our lists now with his number 4.
All right, number
From the
4.
Jazz era.
Number 4, I'm going with some of the older ladies, but back in their day, Catherine Ross and Sophia Loren.
Okay.
Very sexy ladies.
Trying to replace Catherine Ross.
Catherine Ross, she was The Graduate.
Oh, okay. Mrs.
And
Robinson?
Mrs. Robinson's daughter.
Oh, okay, yeah, because...
And she was in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and
Okay.
great, good-looking, sexy lady.
What's your man?
The man at this point, I had a
Clark Gable.
I had a tie,
Okay.
and those were two Bonds. You got to go with the original '60s Sean Connery, the old misogynist Bond.
Yeah.
Sean Connery, and then Roger Moore. The '70s disco, early '80s sexy Bond.
Why don't you just put all James Bond on your list?
No,
Daniel Craig's up there.
Daniel Craig is not on that list.
Oh,
Sorry.
dissing Daniel Craig. Too short for him.
Correct. But those are some
More than
sexy
one.
men.
What's your
Pussy galore.
What's your number 4, Jeff?
My number 4 is Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
Good choice.
yeah.
I'm not going to argue.
She, her, whatever you call them,
Butts,
movies there.
boobs,
Yeah, her butts. No, yeah. I was
Lips,
just going to say her performance
eyes,
in all those Marvel movies.
talent.
Her talent.
Yes.
And who's your man?
And my number 4 is John Goodman.
Sexy man.
He is a...
Okay, my number 4.
I.
To each your own.
You just liked him when he had the beard.
Duh.
Duh.
Let's see here. My number 4 for women is Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn.
You mean Robbie?
Whatever. And she was in the Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
What movie was she in? I don't know.
Suicide Squad.
Which one?
Suicide Squad.
Uh-huh.
She was also...
How do you know it was her? She was in makeup the whole time.
She was also in The Big Short, where they had to explain all
Yeah,
the
she
financials.
explained to me.
So
Yes.
they said,
yes.
well, to get people to pay attention, we'll have Margot Robbie
Robbie.
in a bubble bath explain it to you.
And it
that was the best part of the movie.
my number 4 man is I've talked about this man crush many times. Nathan Fillion,
You have talked about that man crush.
and he's coming back to TV in The Rookie.
Yeah, he's going to be
New TV show.
The old guy
person.
or the rookie?
He's actually going to be
He's
the
going to be an
oldest
old guy rookie.
Yeah.
Oh,
as a
shit.
cop.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Let's see. My number 3 is Rachel McAdams because she looks like a whole lot of fun.
Oh, I forgot about Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
like a lot of fun.
She plays a whole lot of fun.
Because she, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one, huh?
And her sister Amy Adams.
I don't think they're related.
I don't think they're related. One's a Mick and one's an Adam.
They are in my mind.
Tickle fine. Number 3, my wife loves him, and you know what? He is pretty cool. Ryan Gosling. That guy has abs unbelievably amazing. So
He
seems like fun.
He would be, yeah. I like him as an actor. He didn't make my list because
Okay.
I'm just not there with him or whatnot.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Jennifer Lawrence.
Good choice. I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think you would since you put out your number 5. And for the men, I picked The Rock.
Oh, that's a good one. That guy is impressive. He has muscles where I didn't even think there was muscles.
No.
Blake, what's your number 3?
My number 3.
Are we from the
I
1940s era
equate
now?
these. No,
Silent film era?
no, we're into the 70s.
Okay. Oh,
You
God.
know, as a young boy,
Finding
very,
porn in
very,
the woods.
very influential. Before we found porn in the woods,
Oh, okay. That's the 80s.
I'll tell you that even as I got older, and even to this day, still sexy ladies.
Okay.
As Jodie Foster, Tatum O'Neal, and Christy McNichol.
Okay. Gee, Sarah.
Yep. And then
The tomboy look is what you're going for there.
yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, moving on. What's your man?
Well, I'm just saying, Christy McNichol and Family and Tatum O'Neal and the
I was thinking Empty Nest. Okay, what's your man?
Okay, and then for the men, I got 5, 4. We're on 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. Who's gonna
That can be sexy,
I shot first.
especially when he's got his little, ear piercing now as an old.
Oh, yeah. Old grade old man earrings. Yeah.
Okay.
He has the most sexy, befuddled look out of all the actors on my sexy man list.
The befuddled look does it, huh?
Yes.
It's a little
What's your number 2, Blake?
The twos. Going to the twos. This goes to my Anglophile infatuation.
Okay.
Spice Girls.
Tell me what you want, what you really want.
I'll tell you what I really, really want.
Specifically Ginger Spice and Sporty Spice.
Really?
Yeah.
I was always posh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No.
What do you mean, ugh?
No.
That's Beckham, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
No.
Now it's Beckham. It was Adams
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
I'm out with that.
And
Little
two,
Gucci dress.
for my sexy
You liked
man
Baby,
list.
though, didn't you?
She was annoying.
She's annoying, but she was funny in some movies that Jason hates. Anyways, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
All right.
He's a good-looking man.
Tom. I've never seen Blake say that. Like, he's a good-looking man.
Time is a flat circle.
I'm just gonna roll this
Gonna
ball.
drive my Buick. Where are we going? What's it tonight? Tacos.
All right.
Go Bell.
That was your twos?
Yeah, this is
My two.
My number 2, I'm going to start out with Elijah Dushku.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Bring
she's-
it on.
Yeah, she's
It's
very.
been rotten.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's sassy lady.
she is. I mean, the new guy, it's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the new guy was a good movie, too.
Sad part, it's like, God, they're playing high school kids, but
That's right, Kevin.
it's like they're supposed to be 16 or 17, but in real life, she's 26. Yeah, I'll go with that.
That's right, Kevin. Moving on.
No, yeah. And number 2 on the men is Zach Galifianakis.
Okay.
That is
Funny is sexy.
That is better than I thought you were going with. I thought you were going with the guy that was in the new guy.
DJ Qual.
Yes.
No, I think everyone should find men that look like Zach Galifianakis to love and have sex with.
Okay. My
Because he has a beard.
My number 2. My number 2 is wrestler Alexa Bliss. Oh, Alexa.
Is that who your little thingy is there?
No, that's Nikki. Nobody likes Nikki.
Oh.
Alexa Bliss.
I don't think I've seen
Oh,
Alexa
that's
Bliss.
right. When we were here watching the wrestling after the Expo. Yeah, you were.
I'm gonna have to
You
Google
were
her.
I got
wanking
her.
it.
I was not whining. Thank you very much. There you go. There you go, Blake. I got a picture for you right there.
Oh,
Sorry.
there it is.
My number 2 for guys. Well,
She looks a little trailer parky.
no, she's from Columbus, Ohio.
Like I said. She's probably a Buckeye fan, too.
She's a Blue Jackets fan. Number 2 is Abs Galore, Chris Pratt.
She's got some
He's my
thighs.
number 2.
How are you stealing my number 1? How is
sorry.
he not your number 1?
Oh, I got somebody better.
There is, unless you have Kevin James there is no one better.
Oh, there's somebody better at my number 1. He sings and dances like no other.
Oh.
Hugh Jackman, baby, is my number 1. He looks like he'd be a fun time.
Yeah, Chris
That-
Pratt's,
well, let me
Chris Pratt's
clarify.
sexier than Hugh Jackman.
No.
He is.
My number 1 is Emma Stone for women.
Ah.
Alexa Bliss almost beats that, though. Oh, man.
She's got some killer thighs, man.
Yes, she does.
And
Anyways, so that's
And
my
a
number.
gluteus maximus.
No, I can give you. I'll give you Emma Stone. She's very close to my list there.
She's
Honorable
on my
mention.
list.
She was on your
I
list.
discovered her before many other people did.
So, anyways,
Let's
there.
see, Emma Stone. I'm trying to think. I knew her from. What was that Drunken Kids movie?
Yeah, with McLovin.
Yeah.
Oh, Superbad.
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 Yeah.
Was that before or after The House Bunny?
Or Zombieland.
I think it was before.
Okay.
Zombieland was before House Bunny, wasn't
I don't think so.
No, it was House Bunny.
it?
And then
It was Superbad, then Zombieland.
super bad House Bunny, Zombieland. I'll find out for you.
He's gonna, as soon as he can stop staring at Alexa Bliss,
It's going to be a while.
just
Anyways,
leave her
move
up.
on.
Just leave her
Well,
up.
my number 1, as I just mentioned, is Chris Pratt, because duh.
Chris Pratt abs.
Yeah, exactly.
The more I look at Alexa Bliss, she's number 1. Emma Stone moved to number 2. Sorry. Okay, moving on.
Well, if you put Emma Stone on the computer screen, will it change?
No.
Okay.
I think Emma Stone would be a little bit better proportionate.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Alexa Bliss.
She's amazing.
I mean, that's
Perfect.
a lot of skin right there.
Yeah.
Wherever there's danger, she'll be there.
Hey, so what's your number one? I'm sorry, Jeff.
My number one, Chris Pratt.
Okay.
And for the women, it's no surprise to anyone, Rosario Dawson.
Good call. She was almost on my list.
Oh, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. A, B, C.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. A, B, C. You and me.
Blake, what's your number one?
Number one, I'd probably have to say number one sexy lady of all time.
Roseanne?
Even today, probably.
Roseanne?
No. Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, classy sexy.
Classy sexy.
I like it.
But isn't she dead? That's not sexy.
It's okay.
Well, you said she'd be sexy today.
Exactly.
She'll be
But
dead
she's
today.
decomposed.
It's all in your head.
When the vents close, it
But
doesn't
no,
matter.
Audrey
That's
Hepburn
right.
has that classic beauty look. You are correct.
Yes.
I'll give you that one.
Very much so.
Who's your man?
My man, I'll tell you what. I've been at sports bars when this guy's come on the screen.
Stipe?
No. No, he's 5.75. This guy's been on the screen, and there have been many times where my wife and I will sit there and go, "Oh yeah, hey look, it's Real Madrid," and people and girls who don't know soccer take one look at this guy and they're like, "Who is that?" And I say, "That specimen is Cristiano
Saw it
Ronaldo."
coming. Did you see his statue they made?
The statue is hilarious.
But it
Because it doesn't do him any
It
justice.
looks like they took a troll from under the bridge.
It
and
looks
said,
like-
"There's your statue."
It looks like they paid a 5-year-old untalented art kid make a claymation form of Cristiano Ronaldo because they
think
named the airport after him in
I think
Portugal.
it was the one review, the one thing they, I forget what article it was, they said they took basically the Jesus picture, that lady that drew it, and they made it into a statue. That's basically what it looks like.
I'll
That
tell
is the
you,
worst statue I've ever seen in my life.
It's
Yeah.
definitely the worst likeness of a real
Yes.
person.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'll tell you what, though, Cristiano Ronaldo, not only is he one of the most talented football players in the world, he is a good-looking guy.
Okay. Does your wife agree?
Oh yeah.
If she had a list,
If she had a list, but I've got her list,
Oh, she got a list.
and I'm surprised that he is actually missing from the list.
Uh-oh. What's her list?
Starting from 5 to 1, it goes from number 5. Oh, you know, this kind of reminds me. I only asked her for sexy 5 guys. I wonder if this would be her list.
but she's not allowed to have one.
Well, she makes all the rules, so maybe she's allowed to have one. But I like the list.
Okay.
If for her, I like it. I give it the Blake approval.
B minus.
I give it an A minus. I give it B plus.
B plus.
Yeah, it was- Harrison Ford at number 5.
Well, you agree on that one.
Ryan Gosling, number 4. Leonardo DiCaprio,
Okay.
number 3.
Understood what people see in Leo. I really.
Money.
Justin Timberlake at number 2. You know,
Okay.
he can sing and dance.
I got sunshine in my pocket.
Exactly. And number 1, it's along the lines of Cristiano Ronaldo, but it is David Beckham, but she has an asterisk.
He's not allowed to talk.
No, David Beckham without the tattoos. Back in the day with short hair,
Oh.
And he's not allowed to talk.
and he's not allowed to talk. Yeah,
Because he got that high squeaky voice.
yeah, that's right. He's only allowed to bend it like Beckham.
Oh.
Hey, wait a minute.
Whoa, hey.
He's allowed to kick a soccer ball?
Bend it like Beckham. Who's the girl in that?
Punjabi.
No.
No,
Genevieve.
the one that had a career.
Guinevere.
You know, she could be on your young starlet
I
list.
know who it is. She was in Star Wars. Come on.
Keira Knightley.
Star Wars.
That's what he goes to. Okay, we got some. Let's wrap this sucker up. Listener picks from Chris at 365. Good day, mate to you, cunty bastard. Number 5, Ruth Niga. I have no idea who that is.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to. Look
I
up
have no idea.
Number 4, Elijah Dushku.
Oh, good point.
Choice.
Number 3, Amy Adams and Emma Stone. He hobied it.
Good.
2, Jennifer Lawrence. And number 1, Rosario Dawson.
Yay.
He is very much like your list, Jeff.
He's got a good list.
For men, he
Now
has
give us your. Oh, he's got the men too. That's right.
Robert Downey Jr., Ricky Gervais, J.J. Abrams, Jim Jeffries, he is funny, and number 1, Joss Whedon. Well, according to never mind. Moving on. Let's see. Doctor Number 1. He's combining his list. Jason dressed as a naughty nurse. Jason dressed as sexy Harambe. Jason dressed as Harley Quinn.
Wow.
Jason dressed as a French maid. And number 1, Jeff.
I think. Ruth Negga apparently was in World War Z. What I know her for was she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She played Raina, who kind of, I suppose you can't really see her full beauty because she was in...
Yeah, I'm bored already. Okay, moving on. From Nikki...
I'm not done here.
No.
I'm seeing what else she might have been in.
Okay, good. From Nikki, top 5...
Let us know when you find out.
Well, she's in a lot of things, just nothing I have seen.
Let her agent know, too. Top 5 actresses to hang out with. She said, ha, ha, ha. Here's my list.
Oh, is this Nikki's?
Yeah, Nikki.
All right, before we go to Nikki's,
She's in Preacher. She plays Tulip in Preacher.
Oh,
that's Tulip.
Oh, okay.
All right, now we know.
Yeah, now we know.
For you, Nikki's, I do have Corey at Twinkles.
Oh. Okay.
He's got Emma Stone, Jennifer Lawrence, Amy Adams, all the usuals. And number 2 is Natalie Dyer.
Okay.
And then number 1 is Scarlett Johansson. Now, I had to go look at... I was like, Natalie Dyer. Who's Natalie Dyer? And that's the girl, the brunette from Stranger Things. And every time I look at her, I'm like, she reminds me of somebody. And then I realize she reminds me of Mia Sara.
Oh, from Labyrinth?
Yeah, well, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yes, and Labyrinth. But of course, everybody goes, oh yeah, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. But no, Jeff goes, Labyrinth? Yeah, with Tom Cruise.
He also goes Star Wars for Keira Knightley.
Yeah, it's in
Goes
Star
on the
Wars.
jacket.
Or no, not Labyrinth. Legend.
Oh, God, Legend.
Yeah.
Please pick Labyrinth instead.
Everyone, I apologize. I meant Legend when I said that.
Yes.
Labyrinth is Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now we got what was Nikki's top 5s.
Yes, Nikki's top 5. Here we go. Number 5, Emma Stone. Number 4, Scarlett Johansson. Number 3, Natasha Nogovenilis. Yes.
Send a pronunciation guide.
Number 2, Kat Barrel. Number 1, Jennifer Lawrence.
I like Nikki's list.
Top
I
5.
have to find out who Cat Barrel and Natasha Nogo-Valens is.
I like the name Cat Barrel. Let's see. Number 5 for men, Leo DiCaprio. Number 4, Chris Evans. Number 3, Gerard Butler. Number 2, Tom Hardy. That's not the only thing hard. Number 1, Josh Hartnett. Hello, 1985 called. They would or 1995 called. They would like Josh Hartnett back. Just to let you know. But that was a good list. Josh Hartnett though surprises me. She did.
I think Cat Barrel is Winona Earp.
Oh, okay. And she said, wait, I forgot Jared Padalecki. Chuck him in at number 3 and move everyone down. Sorry, Leonardo DiCaprio. So Leo's out. So there you go. There's your top 5. We did have some quick questions here regarding episode number 200. Sorry. Hold on. Let me get here. We got from Nick, the Gimp. How much Pez have you guys eaten over 200 episodes?
Thousands.
I can't even count.
I'm going to say at least several hundred. At least. It's a little rough.
I don't know. Our giant Pez bag. We're down to maybe 20 Pez packs.
Dev has a question for you. When will Blake DM an online D&D game for podcasters?
And when I have my own home and internet.
There you go.
And Jeannie from History of Bad Ideas wants that idea too. She's all down for it.
Cool.
And finally, number 1 fan Doug, we'll wrap it up with him. Out of the 200, how many were good episodes?
I counted
2.
183 were good. There were 17 that didn't make the mark.
Okay. So up until Blake joined.
Then it went downhill.
Okay. Good. So there is episode number 200, everybody. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week. And bad idea of the week. There's no bad idea this week.
Man, did we take being off for 5 weeks?
It was tough to get back into it.
I mean, it's tough to want to come here, but then all this pent up. I didn't get to talk about shit
See?
for 5 weeks.
It makes you feel better.
It's
We've still got a lot of shit to talk about we haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah, we got more. No, that's a tease for next week. Look at you.
That's right.
200 episodes and we know how to do it. Not really.
Not
Although I
really.
hope you weren't expecting a big fanfare for our 200.
There's your fanfare. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You were listening to Hobie.
All right. Title addendum. What are we thinking of?
I got several. Go ahead, Jeff. You got any?
Let's see. I got prefab peanut butter. I got Gopher Farmers and Bacon-Meister. I got where'd the other ones go? There. Tickle Fight.
Ooh.
And Befuddled Turn On.
I don't even know what that is.
And then you weren't listening to Blake because
okay.
he had a Befuddled Turn On.
I got It's a Seafood Fork. I got Who's Your Man? Not a Threat, a Promise. When you threaten to kill me.
Wasn't a threat.
I'm All Out Bubblegum. Take a Knee, just because it made me laugh. End of Time Paradox. And An Impressive Beast, because I was impressed by your description of the mountain.
Oh.
None of them are as good as yours, though.
Oh, sweet. All mine are great.
Hey, remember I said I needed 20 points from my kicker?
Yeah.
Butker's got me 15. I need 4 more.
It's not
and I
done
can
yet?
win.
So he still can get them? What's the score of the game?
It's got 6 minutes left, and Casey's up 26-13, so I don't think I'm going to get it.
They're just going to kick field goal. So, what's the name? What's that one?
Which one? Befuddled?
No, the other one.
Tickle Fight?
Beat Farmers, what?
Oh, Gopher Farmers and Bacon-Meister.
Gopher Farmers and Bacon-Meister, yeah. So
Like
that's who Henno's running against.
Yeah.
I'm with it. That's fine.
All right. There we go.